Josh in the lab with the stats so clean, and Bob Lee, we dropping best so mean. Monday morning we bring that flame. Gongshow boys back running the game. Slabs on fire, whole hobby in gear. It's a card collector's anthem, make that clear. We bringing heat like it's mid-July. Feel loud in the booth, yeah, chaos flies. Josh in the lab with the stats so clean, and Bob Lee, we dropping best so mean. Boom back, make room for the king. I crack wax packs, make the cardboard sing. I bring the fun, I bring the fire. I shake this hobby like a live wire. Chest squeaks loud, but the takes go louder. Collectors unite, we rise like towers. Summer heat, now I'm molten core. I'm the reason slabs fly off the floor. In the archives, deep with the legends. Stats hit hard like over 5 seconds. Highlander, how I connect the thread. Telling stories that'll rattle your head. From rookies to grails, I decode the past. Make history hit like a slap shot blast. Knowledge so sharp it could cut through steel. I keep the facts tight while you rip that seal. Drop bass like a puck at the center line. 808s hit like a gold horn wine. I lace the beat like a fresh new sheet. Gongshow vibes got the block on repeat. We don't sleep, we just slab and speak every Monday. Yo, it's heat of the week. From vintage to chrome, we break that mold. This podcast solid PSA 10 gold. Monday morning we bring that flame. Gongshow boys back running the game. Slabs on fire, whole hobby in gear. It's a card collector's anthem, make that clear. We bringing heat like it's mid-July. Feel loud in the booth, yeah, chaos flies. Josh in the lab with the stats so clean, and Bob Lee, we dropping best so mean. Slabs go bang, packs go rib. Gongshow time, don't you dare skip. It's not just a pod, it's a movement now. So throw your hands up and scream.
Oh,
What up, boys? How are you?
hey, good.
That was so good. That was excellent. Fantastic.
You like that? You like that?
I really like that. Yeah, I was laughing up pretty good.
Love the song. Hi, Phil. Hi, Baba Louie.
What's up, boys?
Hi.
How are you, Baba Louie?
I'm doing really good, actually.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a goat rodeo. You've been helping me out. You've been a great help. I'm at the cabin right now in the Gongshow gazebo, fighting my camera. It has been automatically shutting off, so we'll hope that that doesn't happen or continue to happen. But I think we have things.
I think I
squared
got
away.
you. Yep.
You got me. You got me.
Got you.
Got you, bro. You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah, Blue.
Phil, let's just get right to it. You said you have a major announcement to make, so I'm going to play the breaking news sounder.
No.
Or are we not doing that now?
Not yeah. I tried to stop you. No, it'll be for our Slab Sharks picks. I have a major Phil personal collection announcement to make. So stay tuned. Yes.
Okay, so that was a premature breaking news.
Yeah, that's okay. A little appetizer, little teaser for the good listener.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so you had unexpectedly to miss your show Friday Nights with Phil. And your boy California Dave stepped up and created maybe the greatest moment in the history of the Gong Show.
It's the greatest moment. It was incredible. So Friday Nights with Phil, didn't have Phil. Something came up. I had to take care of some business. So my boys stepped up. My super group Gong Show crew stepped up and had my back. And Dave, California Dave, and this imposter person, Phil-ish, hit a grand slam. Also, I'd like big shout out to Chandler, California Dave's nephew. He also stepped up on vacation, or I don't know. None of Dave's family stays home. I think they're all nomads or gypsies or something. I don't know. But and then we had Andrew, Doghouse Cards. He was on there. It was a great show. I watched the whole thing, and I got a lot of phone calls and text messages that I ignored. I had to focus my attention on something else Friday night, and I ignored a lot of them. And then I looked at them Saturday morning, and it was a little mysterious. I didn't understand. So I made a coffee. I got in front of my 77-inch OLED, and I've never, ever gone on YouTube on my television, but I decided to.
Really?
On that particular morning, I decided to do that. And my brother was beside me as well. So I said, let's see what all this hoopla is about. So Louis made an amazing intro, and I thought that's what it was about. So I messaged him, thanking him and everything. And then this crazy imposter Phil-ish comes on the show. And that's all I'll say there. Someone did an incredible job, beyond flattering, impersonating me. And it was so accurate. It was very, very accurate.
Maybe better Phil? Would that be
Maybe better Phil? Yeah, I don't know. It was incredible. So I hope he makes another appearance one day. I'd love to talk to myself and ask myself a few questions. But if you haven't checked it out, and even if you don't like hockey cards or me, you got to give yourself 15 minutes and check out Friday Nights with Phil on the most recent one, because the boys hit a grand slam.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you,
That was
Louis,
fun.
for stepping up too. And we
Yeah,
got your
big
back,
time.
Bill.
Thank you.
Whenever you need us, that's what the Gong Show's about, dude.
That's right, brothers.
Very quickly, GP Sports Cards is the official breaking partner of our show, this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. While summer heats up, the breaks do with GP as well. GPSportscards.com is the spot to get your spots for the hottest breaks in the hobby. GP will be breaking Wednesday night on YouTube. And the spots are usually posted today on Monday morning, I think around lunchtime, whenever, like you like to say, Phil, whenever Grant wakes up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can catch all the action on GP's YouTube channel under the same name, GP Sports Cards. The breaks are just fun to watch, whether you're in them or not. And then you can also find them on Whatnot and go ahead and bookmark their stores so you can be up to date when breaking there. Not much going on right now with the checklist site, other than just a reminder with 24-25 credentials coming out this week that the checklist is up. Getting to Discord. Oh, pause for the graphic. We do finally have our 5K challenge winner update. Baba Louie.
I do. I got some results. The winner, Mr. Tyler 1CM. He's the big winner.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I felt like that was a little underwhelming. So wait, let me.
I didn't get confetti.
Oh, wait. Shame. Wrong one.
Well, that probably works too.
Yeah.
Good job, Tyler Taylor, whatever your name is.
Good job, Taylor. Winner, chicken dinner. But you get a hockey
Taylor.
card.
Yeah.
What does he get? What does he get?
I don't
What does he
remember.
win?
I got to send him a box of something when I'm back home.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get it.
Probably going to be EX 2000.
I would open that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. I'd take whatever.
So will
Now,
Taylor, apparently.
Are there any like nuggets of knowledge that you could drop from from going through all the winners? Because so how 5K challenge works, if you're not familiar, is we give people that support our show a $5,000 fictitious budget. You got to pick up to 10 cards based on recent comp, and it was before the start of the season, so you had to submit. And then after the season's over, whoever's whether you pick 7 cards or 10, whoever's value went up the most was the winner. And Tyler was the winner this year. Any
Right. Like, here's your top 5.
Isn't it Taylor? Isn't his name Taylor?
Let's see. I got TA here,
Yeah.
you get
and then
Discord, it's
TY on the other one. I don't
Oh.
Taylor Tyler.
Taylor.
And the
Tyler.
Y isn't even close to the A on a keyboard. There's collusion here.
Yeah,
Maybe they're
something like
twins. Maybe there's
Maybe.
twins.
So his picks went up 36%, huh?
that. Mm-hmm.
Well, then Eric from the bench, he was the winner last year. He almost went back to back. Maybe he knows something we don't
Wow.
know.
Yep.
But I think all these people know a lot of things we don't know.
Well,
we should give a
you
prize
know
to all
what?
5 of these guys.
So to answer your question, then, Josh, were you done talking about 5K, how it works?
Yeah.
So I tell you what. Even after doing this 2 times, I couldn't tell you what to pick to win because it's usually one card make or break. And that's what happened with Taylor Tyler. It was one card made or break this whole thing. It was Dustin Wolf Red Outburst.
That makes sense. That's a good
And
pick.
that sent him.
Because before the year, that probably was pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a fantastic rookie year and
Yeah.
has now gone way up. So
Yeah.
very
Good job.
Yep,
Good
that
job.
was awesome.
Good job by
Good
you.
job by you. Gotcha. I knew you were going to say it.
Lastly, for our Discord updates, a reminder that Behind the Bench episode 9 drops Tuesday. Do we know the topic, Louis?
No, sir.
Okay, we don't. So it'll be
Could be about pretzels. Neil is a pretzel
Oh.
aficionado.
Yeah.
Better have the honey mustard dip, right?
You better have that honey mustard. That stuff is crazy addictive. Yeah.
So be sure to check that out. And I just wanted to say as well too that we have so many new people joining and participating in our small but growing community. And you'll see again, we had another crazy amount of new patrons. It's very awesome to see and humbling in a lot of ways, but maybe it shouldn't be humbling just because it's not, I don't consider this our doing. You know, it's really the strength of the community, people within Discord that make it work, like Mad Dog, Evan, and Postmaster Scott, they do an amazing job of making it fun, engaging people, and then everyone that just participates. It's kind of amazing to me to see the power of like-minded people coming together. I feel like you can't do that anymore without me thinking of fake.
Without what?
Me thinking of fake Phil.
Well, this is real Phil. It started with this guy. So, yeah.
I feel like we're kind of in the metaverse, and I'm not sure who's real Phil and who's fake Phil anymore.
Oh, we're definitely in a simulation, I think. Because every year it gets weirder and weirder. So,
well, if you want to support our show, we are a Patreon podcast, and you can do that for as little as $5 US a month. Be one of the first 299 supporters of our show. You forever get that title. You also get exclusive access to the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server and join, like I said, the amazing community of collectors there. It's very easy to do. Just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com. Click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly. It's spelled patreon.com, and you just search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. There is a link in the show description, both YouTube and the podcast apps, and on TikTok and Instagram profiles too. Again, an amazing. Can't believe how many people since our last show, but I'll let you shout them out now.
All right. Yes. So first up, we have Yeg Sports Cards 77.
welcome. Yay.
Yay.
After that, it's Wild Fan 182.
Yay. Wild Fan 182. Be cooler if you were Sens fan 182, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Well, then it's, I'm going to say like Iron Ferns, maybe.
Oh, I know.
That's good,
It's
Louis.
Iron Frenzy.
Frenzy. Okay.
Oh, that's what it is for sure. I would have said Ferns. Welcome. Congratulations.
And then Matt's card Bill.
Not card play.
And then last but not least, Josh C.
Is that your alias, Josh? Instead of Josh M?
Is that
They'll
Josh-
never know.
That's
They'll never
Josh
know.
Christ.
Stop it.
Sorry.
All right, Babalu, you got the game plan. We'll get this goat rodeo started.
Yep. Let's do it. Starting off with Get to Know Your Hall of Famers. And after that, we'll get into hobby news. Then this will be a fun one. It's Protecting Your Collection, an interview with Enzo Ferrari. After that, we'll jump into new product releases. Off to the Gongshow Mailbag with Phil and personal pickups.
Thank you, Babalu. Appreciate you. We'll get started with today's Gong Show with their Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's where we're profiling and learning about every single Hockey Hall of Fame player. We started with the first class, which is inducted in the year 1945, and have been working our way forward to present day. Today, we're on the last player from the class of 1962, and we're still mainly profiling the early pioneers of the game of hockey. Today's Hockey Hall of Fame player we're going to profile is no different. Another pioneer, and is a gentleman named Reg Noble. Reg Noble. Crickets?
Reg Noble.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Let's see what we can find out about old Reg. Edward Reginald Noble lived from 1896 until passing away in 1962 at the age of 65. He was born in Collingwood, Ontario, passed away in Alliston, Ontario. Where's that?
Above Ottawa.
Above
No, actually, I could be below Ottawa. That was a terrible guess. I don't know. Ontario's a big province.
Noble was 5'8" and a sturdy 180 pounds. And in a hockey career that lasted from 1916 until 1933, he played for a lot of teams. You ready, Louis?
Yep.
Like Christmas for you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Noble played for the Toronto Blue Shirts, his favorite team, the Montreal Canadiens, Toronto Arenas, Toronto St. Patrick's, the Montreal Maroons, Detroit Cougars, Detroit Falcons, and then the Detroit Red Wings.
Detroit Falcons?
I guess. NHL team.
Okay.
Shows what
No.
you know.
Yeah, I know. I've read all the Stanley Cup books and all I've never heard of the Detroit Falcons.
He played in both the NHL and their precursor, the NHA. Played forward and defense, but it was mainly a center, I believe, and would win 3 Stanley Cups, 2 with the Toronto teams and 1 in Montreal. Rare for his era, winning, I don't know why I put that.
It'd be rare for this era.
Oh, rare for this era. He played 510 NHL games during his career. So I mean, that's like a lot of these guys that have been in the Hall of Fame played like he played 7 games, wow, parts of 6, right? And it's like he's all Hall of Fame. Wow. So yeah, 510 NHL games, scored 168 goals, 106 apples for 274 points. Also accumulated 916 penalty minutes. Prior to turning pro, Reg had most nobly, get it? Reg nobly? Enlisted in the 180th Battalion of the Canadian Army to serve in World War I. However, he was, I had a my middle school English teacher would always say that, however, because there's always a comma after, and for the rest of my life, bastard, now I do that. However, he was medically discharged in September of that year due to a previous foot injury. A tendon in his right foot had been cut previously, which prevented him from marching for long periods, and he did not end up going overseas to fight the war. I guess you don't need tendons to play hockey, so that's kind of in the NHL, but not march in the Army. That's kind of strange.
Overrated, yeah, overrated.
After retiring, Noble worked as a referee in the NHL between 1937 and 1939. Unfortunately, he died of a heart attack on January 19th, 1962, and then was inducted posthumously into the Hall of Fame later that year. So he was not alive to see his Hall of Fame induction. Sad. Why should you care about Reg Noble? Reg Noble was the first NHL player to win Stanley Cups with 2 different Toronto franchises. One with both the Arenas and St. Pat's, the predecessors of today's Maple Leafs. Noble suited up for the Toronto Blue Shirts in the NHA and then the Toronto Arenas, St. Pat's, and briefly the Maple Leafs, making him a unique bridge across Toronto's entire hockey lineage. So he basically played for every one of their teams.
Wow.
This is maybe the most epic vintage hockey picture I've ever seen in my life, too.
Yeah.
Theo, what's that?
Pretty awesome.
Just what is he straddling there?
The
board? No?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a tennis net without the net.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Sure. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but it's awesome. Noble played in every NHL season from inception in 1917 until 1933 and was one of the original stars who helped legitimize the NHL in its infancy. Reg Noble was the final active player from the NHL's first season, which was again 1917-18, when he retired in 1933. Kind of like the Yager of his time, I guess. He played in the very first NHL game on December 19th, 1917. Noble was known for his gritty, aggressive style and once led the NHL in penalty minutes, not uncommon in an era where brawling was practically expected. He was Toronto's original enforcer before enforcers were a thing. And he shared the ice with legends like Howie Morenz, Newsy Lalonde, Cyclone Taylor, and was considered one of the most versatile and tough competitors of the 1920s.
Cool.
Looking at Noble's hobby market, the Reg Noble rookie card is in the 1923 William Patterson V145 set. This PSA 7.5 high-selling copy sold for $3,275 US in April of 2019. There's a Noble card, there's 2 of them in the 1924 sets, one in Champ Cigarettes as well. Again, highest seller is a PSA 7.5, sold for $2,026 in April of 2021. He has a card in the 1924 Patterson V145-2 set. Another PSA 7.5. They're all PSA 7.5s, which is crazy. Was the highest seller $362 US in 2017. And then the only other Playing Days card for Reg Noble is from the 1925 Anonymous set. Slightly off-centered. And
we know nothing about the Anonymous set, right? No,
Yeah.
like that's why it's, for the lack of a better term, that's why we call it that.
I don't even know if the year is settled because you'll see places that say it's 1924, other places say 1925.
Because it's all the same set. Like they all have this black and white simplistic look to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just, there's no one alive that knows what this is from. Wild. Interesting.
Yeah. You think like Bobby Burrell or someone like that, or Richard Scott or someone would know, but I guess not.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't know. Big hobby mystery.
Yeah, well, this rock copy sold for $2,000, $2,047 in April of 2024.
Too large. Wow.
Lord.
Not graded. So will PSA grade these cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like they put a different year than TCDB does, so it's weird. Like I
Interesting.
want if somebody knows, like is a vintage expert, it'd be fun to have you on to talk about.
Somebody's got to know. There, come on. Information passes down like this. We haven't always been writing things down or typing or whatever.
And also tell me why the 1924 Patterson V145 card only went for $362, and everything else we showed here was $2 or $3 grand.
That was in 2017, so like prior to the boom.
Okay,
that would be my best guess. That, boys, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Reg Noble.
Good job, Josh.
Thanks.
I know more about Reg now than I did before. What's his Richard? Reg is Rich. It's Reg is for Reginald, isn't it?
Reginald, but that's his middle name.
Oh, okay.
it's Harry.
Edward.
Oh, okay.
Eddie Reggie Noble.
Like Louis's name isn't Louis, but we call him Louis. Same thing.
Yeah.
Louis's name is Hector
Hector.
Sanchez.
Hector.
Baba Louis.
I'm glad that I changed his name in all this. There, look at there. It's Reg Noble. Ignore the Harry Highland part. That was last Monday or last show.
Didn't even notice.
Yeah, somebody will. Like,
I actually have some. Breaking news from the Hockey Cards Gongshow: the gazebo Josh is in is 4,000 degrees, and I'm gonna need many showers when this is done. Holy cow, is it hot in here?
Yeah, I'm in nice air conditioned, but in suburbia, so pick your poison.
Just wanted to get that off my chest.
Okay.
Slab Sharks, Gongshow partner sponsor. We're grateful for the support of this show. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auction is live. We'll run through this Thursday night, of course. 4,300 cards to bid on. Another beast of an auction. Everyone will be shocked to learn that there's yet another monster. Somehow, it's like every week, you can't have a Slab Sharks auction without a Bedard 101 RPA. And this week's auction has one as well. It is a beautiful, exquisite collection, Bedsy, Future Legacy gear. So this must be the exquisite version of the Quad Foundations. It has 4 patch windows. It's a 101. Another Bedsy auto I've never seen before. How many autos?
Yeah, right. A new version.
There. I do see the theme. He's just sloppy about it. He's not tight. He's got to be tight. Come on, Connor.
Really great card. And a lot of action already, as you can imagine. Out of my price range, unfortunately. There are lots of other cards, though. And each of us hobby bros here on this show, we've scoured through the auction this weekend to pick out a few of our favorites. And it's funny, Phil messaged me yesterday. He had a lot going on, but he found time to message me. And I'll say asking, it was probably more like pleading me to go first. He's trying to learn some new leadership skills. And you thought I could help show the way by going first. And Colby agrees too. And so I will...
Control your animal, sir.
What are you barking at? You're in the gazebo with me.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. All right. Here's my favorites. The first one is an oldie but goodie and one that I just love. It's a 2020-21 SB Authentic Kirill the Thrill. $1 bill Kirill, y'all. Future Watch Auto out of $9.99. It's raw. And I think this is the best looking Kirill card there is. I really do.
It's very nice.
Yes,
very,
really
very nice. Yeah. He's got a great autograph. He's great uniform, clean card. Beautiful.
Got the stars going down the breezers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that adds to it. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. So many subtle, awesome things going on.
The details matter, Phil. The details matter when it comes to
agree.
Our boy Kirill. Then the second one, because the early bird gets the worm, and I got another message from Phil who was mad at me.
Yeah.
For picking a card that is awesome. This is what Phil does is he does, and I love him for this. He does a lot of work and he puts a lot of notes. He does research and, spends a half hour kind of what he wants to say about a card. and is very detailed and thorough. But then looks to see if anyone
Yeah,
else.
I know. That's the worst part. I hate deleting big. It's my fault. Talk about your card though. This card is amazing. Amazing.
I'm gonna say a couple things, then we're gonna share it. Because I'm gonna sharing is caring, and I'm gonna sharing mood. So I picked a 10-11 Panini Contenders, Bobby Hall, Dale Hawerchuk, and Timu Solani, NHL Inc. triple auto out of 25 raw. Awesome epic card, especially if you're a Jets fan. All the autos are on card in that nice bold blue ink. And what really stood out to me about this card, and I don't know if you had the same thought, Phil, or you do too, Louis, but it's kind of a unique design for a triple auto. I feel like you got almost like half body pictures of each player.
Mhm.
And I feel like with Upper Deck, they would have done it like more like top down, where they would have put like the player's head and had the auto stretch across the whole. But I kind of like this design of a triple auto card. So that's what stood out to me. What do you think?
Mhm.
This card means so much. I think it's absolutely incredible for a few reasons. So many of Bobby Hull's cards, he's got a very smiley golden jet kind of look. He looks so vulnerable and middle-aged bald man in this. I big fan of that, and he's in the Winnipeg Jets jersey, so I like how he looks not his typical self. His autograph isn't as shaky as it is normally. Dale Hawerchuk is one of the most underrated hockey players of all time. What he did for Winnipeg, I don't think he has many years with Winnipeg under 40 goals, maybe like 1 or 2. He is him, Pat LaFontaine, Pierre Turgeon. There's such a group of these guys that are so overshadowed by Gretzky and Lemieux, and they were just incredible players. So anything with Dale Hawerchuk, I love. Yeah, I know he's one of Jeremy Lee's favorite collects. And then Timu Solani in that uniform, I'm sure we all have it imprinted when he scored his 50 goals. He threw his glove up, shot it with the stick. Just there's so much going on in this card for history, legacy. This to me is the ultimate hockey card.
I just like seeing a different looking triple auto versus just the heads on the side and then autos across.
Yeah,
probably makes it more tough to sign, but all right.
No, it's perfect. Look at the Jets logos; they're all different from different eras. You know, you have three Winnipeg Jet legends here. When I think of Solani, I always think Winnipeg Jets first team. I don't think Anaheim. I always think Winnipeg.
I call these showstoppers. Like if you're walking at a show, like down the aisles of the expo, and you spot this in a case, you're stopping.
Yeah,
you're going, whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Phil, those are my. Louis, what are your favorites?
So my first one, little backstory to it. Back in the day, 2015-16, with the O-Pee-Chee redemption cards, you had to get all 6, and then you got a shot at 1 out of 90. I don't remember, 97 copies. It says of the number 1 draft pick. Well, there just happens to be one that I picked, a 15-16 O-Pee-Chee draft pick puzzle, Connor McDavid, out of 97, graded in a BGS 9.
I love that it's a draft card that's not a portrait in a silly jersey with like a clip tie underneath it.
Yes. Yeah, out there on the ice playing, hand numbered, 23 out of 97 for this one. Beautiful card. O-Pee-Chee's just on a roll with me, man. Love them. Then number 2, because I have a couple, not of him, but courtesy of Josh hooking me onto these dang cards. The 2014 Upper Deck Leon Draisaitl rookie breakouts out of 100, and this one happens to be a PSA 10, which I'm willing to bet's not easy. I didn't look it up, but any of these rookie breakouts getting 10s, but these cards are so awesome in hand.
Well, they're the same construction as a Young Guns acetate. They kind of, I think. Now I'm going off memory here, but so I think that it has the PETG or the acetate backing, and then it does have the foiling, so it's kind of a sandwich. Where the difference though between an acetate is I think there's a second piece of foil they put on the back, where this just has 2 layers. But it's
a multi-layered card. The rookie breakouts are the people that like them love them because we know what they are. Great pick, Louis. This card is awesome. If you know, you know.
You know,
Yeah.
you know. There you go, Carter. There's one for you.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this one will go for a pretty penny.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't go for much, man, because it doesn't look as good. Like on the screen, it's like, oh, what is that? A die cut or whatever.
Yeah.
If there's two guys that know exactly what this card looks like, then yes, it'll go for a pretty penny.
Yeah. I got that Kaprizov. That, I mean, it wasn't graded, but that still was a pretty hefty
Hard to get.
amount, too.
Hard to get pens on these, just like an acetate, right? Same style, like Josh said.
The surface, I think, gets very scratch prone.
Well, and not just that, like, so it's not on this card, but some acetate cards have the stick or a skate that's part of the leveled up. So when you go to put that in a penny sleeve, it clips the side of the penny sleeve and it just rips it right off the card. You got to be very careful, very careful. So, yeah, I try not to play with them too much.
All right, Phil, I guess, well, now is your picks. I'm not doing the breaking news sounder for you again.
No, it's annoying. Twice is enough. Yeah. Okay, so my big announcement is I was on the internets at some point in the past. I don't want to say when, and I saw a very interesting Wayne Gretzky card, and it said it was a buyback, and it wasn't a buyback. It wasn't part of the buyback program, but it was kind of mislabeled on eBay, and I took full advantage. So I bought an autograph card that's not an buyback on an old O-Pee-Chee top style card. I got it for $300. $300. Wow. And it was authenticated by PSA. So I was a big boy. I made some adult decisions. I went to the PSA website, and they authenticate. When they authenticate an autograph, that is, I don't know, Josh, I don't know the big adult words. They're protecting my purchase. You know what I mean? Like it's they're if it, let's say it's not Wayne Gretzky, when Skynet starts grading our cards and they can know every autograph that is legit or faked, I'm confident in my skills to be able to tell what a real Wayne Gretzky rookie card is. Like an amateur, I'm not a professional, but I trust my gut. This is clearly signed by Gretzky. The card is in great shape, and it's slabbed. I want to find a new category of card collecting that I want to get into, and this is it. So I popped my cherry. I'm in the new buyback and autograph authenticated game, but I'm going to be cheap as hell. I'm not paying. This is going to be my lowest thing, right? Like if I'm offered bottom of the dollar pricing, and if the seller says yes, it's a win for me. If they say no, I'm not raising my price. I don't give a poop. So that's why I picked this card, because this is a card I would love to bid on. And this is, I don't even think this is a buyback, because I think Collector's Choice, they just signed the cards. I think on the back of this card. Yeah, it might have been pack pulled, or it might be a buyback. I didn't look at the back. Apologies, but I'm okay with either, because I know that's Wayne and he signed that card. And I also like it, like what you say, Josh, when he signs the card when he was playing. Yeah. I love that. I love knowing that. That's a very nice feeling. I'm glad you articulated that well, because that's how I feel. So I bought my first buyback, and I got to stop saying buyback. I bought my first in-person auto, and I'm very, very excited to get it in the mail. And it says PSA, and it's in a slab, and I bought it. Yeah.
It has that really long oval sticker.
Oh, the hologram, yeah.
Well, the big one though, and it says BAH 36050.
Yeah, well, it won't. So 2019 has had a buyback program. I looked at 3 cards last night for 2019 for Gretzky and Crosby. Not one of them showed up on the website.
Got it.
That's only 6 years ago. Yeah, it's like I don't know how that's not top priority or at least top 3. That's such a big deal, you know. Like there's a McDavid buyback of his rookie card. I showed you earlier, 22,000 on eBay. That doesn't show up on the hologram.
Oof.
A Connor McDavid gold auto buyback does not show up with the hologram. They should that should be important, I think. But that's my pick, Wayne Gretzky. I'm not bidding on it though. So go get it.
So first, congratulations.
Thank you.
Into the buyback or IP auto game. Little surprise, though, despite Gretzky's recent troubles, that you went in on him.
Wayne Gretzky on steroids? Yeah, I know. Lots of controversy. The fashion police went after him. The moral police went after him. The steroid police went after him. Wayne's in trouble. Maybe that's why I'm going to pick up all his cards dirt cheap.
There you go.
There
What's
we
your
go.
second pick, buddy?
My second pick. So I'm sorry to be a little long-winded on my two picks here, but this is an opportunity for me to explain something. So, okay. So I got triggered when I saw this card. I've never seen this card before, and I got triggered. And I want to be very honest with our audience here, okay? I was offended, and I hate that word. I was offended when I saw this card. So let's get a little deep. Let's get a little philosophical, okay? For 5 minutes.
Oh, philosophical. Get it?
Yeah, I know. So why did this card trigger me? This is a Brady Tkachuk synergy card with a Toronto Maple Leafs logo behind him. It triggered me. I'm not even making a really big joke. Like I got triggered. This really upset me and it offended me. Then I smartened up. Okay. I realized that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. This is just a hockey card. I would never in a million years email Upper Deck or the NHL and ask them to change the logo of the thing that offended me. So I'm going to be a big boy here and just be aware that this Brady Tkachuk Toronto Maple Leaf logo All-Star Assembly card exists. Because, Louis, do you want to show the next picture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why? So that a card offended me, but I know I'm not alone. And I know my reality is shared with other people's reality. I remember it in my memory that there was other hockey cards of other teams with players on them, and that's okay. So for you listening, my friend Louis here has shown a Jaromir Jagr 91-92, I think, All-Star game with a Philadelphia Flyers logo. Now, I know Jagr played for Philly, but at that time, he was playing for Pittsburgh. And who's Pittsburgh's biggest rival? The Philadelphia Flyers. Could you imagine being a Jaromir Jagr fan in the 90s and having to buy an All-Star card with the Flyers logo on it? I'd lose my poop. But we persevere. When we are offended and triggered, we look inward. And we take a big breath and we realize we're not the only ones on the planet, okay? So there's other people who really like that card. There's another card that Louis put up. It's Wayne Gretzky in his beautiful Campbell Conference All-Star with the Montreal logo on it. What if you really don't like the Montreal Canadiens, but you love Wayne Gretzky? This card would trigger you, okay? So I hope people weren't. Then there's a third card, an Alexander Ovechkin card with the Atlanta Thrashers logo in the All-Star game. So I gave 3 other examples. I'm basically just talking about my therapy here. So there's 3 other examples of cards that are offensive to people, but we all carry on and we all persevere. So I'm okay with my Brady Tkachuk Toronto Maple Leaf logo on the card because I'm a big boy and it doesn't bother me enough to make a big difference. I would never ask Upper Deck or the NHL to change what they're doing that is offending me. I'm the one who needs to change and be resilient and find a way to know that this card exists in other people's reality and my reality and be able to live with it. Okay. So
but you do realize the reason all those are on there is because that's where the game was held.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But my
Just
player's
making sure.
on there. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
but-
Well, you
Okay.
can make the argument that it's nice to know what the exact All-Star game that the photo is from.
Mhm.
Oh no, that I'm alone on my throne on being a petty little bitch. I'm very aware of that. I'm just saying I legit found that card offensive when I was scrolling. I was like, why is Brady on that card? Oh, it's because I know, Louis, that's where the All-Star game is. Of course, that's the whole point. I get it. But I just wish the card wasn't made then.
Well, I
It's
just
offensive.
wanted to
It's
bring
an
it up.
offensive-
I
It's an
saved
offensive card.
I brought it up because I wanted to avoid 15 comments that Josh is only going to read.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm basically just trying to show that it's okay to be bothered and move on. That was kind of the point. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's my second pick. I won't be bidding on it, and I find out you are bidding on it, good listener. We're gonna, I don't know, refund your money and you're done.
Whew.
Ah,
All right.
Where do we go from there? Oh, we do have some U.S. consignor highlights. I have 3. We'll just go through really quickly. This one's pretty cool. It's a 2022-23 SPA Son of the Times. If you're a Penguins fan, don't worry. There's no Flyers logo on it. It's a Sign of the Times 3 with Paul Coffey, that is, Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr out of 15, triple auto. Next one is a 2023
Sticker.
Premier. Yeah. But that's how they do it now.
I know.
Next one is a 2023 Premier Connor McDavid Flourishing Talent auto patch out of 25. Beautiful patch. A little bit of mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest patch of them all?
Yeah.
That's what I think of this card.
You know what? This might be a they might have gotten the idea from big sepia cards from this. This kind of has that vibe to it.
Connor's also doing his Matty Tkachuk impression with the mouth guard hanging out the mouth here in this one. And then my favorite from our U.S. consigners is a 23-24 The Cup Cale Makar signature renditions auto, where it's kind of like a painting. I think they just probably use some sort of Photoshop filter to turn a photo into more of a painting style. But Makar has the cup and big, beautiful blue, not too thick, but almost too thick, but not too thick auto.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, that's the perfect thickness. That's a good one. Yeah.
The reasons why so many Canadian and American hockey card collectors are choosing Slab Sharks to help sell their cards on eBay is they make your life simple by doing all the work. And it's the biggest weekly hockey auction there is. There's no hassle involved. You just submit your cards and you're done. Slab Sharks has all the listings, photos. They answer bidder questions, ship your cards to the winners anywhere in the world, and then most importantly, handle any post-sale issues. If you're an American hockey collector, hello, hi.
Hey there.
We've partnered with Slab Sharks to remove all the hassle of submitting your cards. You don't have to ship them to Toronto and worry about the expense and pain that is shipping anything internationally. Did you guys see in our group text, our good buddy Neil, IFC, that somebody sent him a card from Canada and I guess they had 4,000 postage stamps left over?
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. There
Like
was
the
no
whole-
space.
I was
Where does the
surprised they
address
even
go?
mailed
There
it.
was more stamps. I don't know where the address was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we roll. There's a lot of rural areas up here in stamp collectors. Trust me, he's gonna get more.
Yeah, well, I mean, how do you figure out, like, do I need 83 or 87 stamps to get this card to America? It's like same thing going to Canada. And the point is we do all that for you. There's a link in the show description right to our submission form. All you got to do is send your cards to us and we get them to Canada for you. Plus, then, of course, your cards get listed in the biggest weekly hockey auction where tons and tons of bidders tune in to gobble up new cards for their PCs. So for complete consignment info, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news!
Hobby news.
Gathered information and presented to you.
Nice. Wow. You guys seen the Upper Deck NHL or the Upper Deck NHL DC crossover cards?
Yeah, Billy talks about it all the time. I was like, go Marvel. He's like, no, we're on DC now. I'm like, okay, go DC.
Well, in conjunction with Upper Deck's DC partnership, and I think the new Superman movie just came out.
Oh, did you guys see it?
No.
Louis, you?
I will shortly.
Okay. There's no origin story. They just get right into it. I just found that out.
God.
Pretty. Yeah, I kind of like that too. Yeah.
So Upper Deck has collabed with a comic book brand to create a crossover DC NHL set. The one card packs can be purchased on the ePack platform for $5.99 US. The cards feature what I think are scenes and stills from the movie. There's two of them. Then they have a paired NHL crossover card, and they feature Gretzky and McDavid. So we have the complete checklist, which I said is 4 cards. So there's a Superman and Crypto card, which is the puppy. And then the pairing is McDavid and a puppy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That is great.
Can never lose with a puppy card, I guess.
No,
Ew.
can't.
And then another example of Superman putting on his boots, and then Wayne Gretzky, I'm guessing, lacing up his skates.
I need these cards. These are great. Big fan. Do you guys like them?
No.
Not really.
What? I'm not a big comic book guy, but Superman? Come on, who doesn't like Superman? He's
Yeah,
super.
It's a little too, like, I think these are great kids cards.
Yeah.
But I'm a mature adult.
Okay, I can read between the lines, you big jerk.
There's silver, gold, and auto parallels. There's also a number of ePack achievements. In general, though, what do you guys think of? Like, do you like the whole crossover idea?
Yes, I love it. I wish they would do more stuff like that. Like Terminator
one-
2 in the NHL would be great.
They did one with DC in the draft, I believe, like a week or two ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate them, but whatever. It's a cool.
There's
idea.
possibilities. There's
Yeah.
crossover possibilities, big time. I'd
Does
rather
anyone
this
know-
than sport crossovers. When they do like Metal Universe, I'd rather this than Metal Universe. I don't know what golfers are out there. You know,
Mhm.
Is there a reason or theory why DC cards are so much less popular than Marvel?
because
Is it
it's a smaller
marketing,
brand,
product
isn't it?
position?
Yeah, DC is way smaller than Marvel. What do they got? They got Batman. They got Superman.
Wonder Woman,
Okay, she's a babe. What else?
Gal Gadot.
So hot.
Yeah, she acts the same all the time.
That was very quick, Louis. Good on you.
What else is DC? I'm not a comic book guy. I don't know. With
No.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, it drops
I
off
don't know.
quickly, I think, after.
I don't know. I could rattle off comic characters, but I don't know what side they go to really.
But Superman and Batman are pretty up there. Like, if you had to rank
Yeah.
DC, irrespective of brands, right? So,
Who would you rather have the
Surprisingly.
rights to? I'd rather have the rights to Marvel. Well, no, me personally, Phil, I'd rather have the rights to DC. But if I'm a Fortune 500 company, is that a big company? I don't know. You'd want Marvel rights, wouldn't you?
do you
More
like
characters to
DC
do
more
stuff.
than Marvel?
Yeah. It's darker. It's meaner. You know, I'd rather live in Gotham than Metropolis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next story. Oh boy. So the National coming up in a few weeks. Very, very excited about that. And as most expect, the athletes lined up to sign autos at the National is pretty stellar.
It's awesome.
The National, of course, is the biggest card show on the planet, so makes sense, I guess, in that regard. It's bigger than our beloved Expo, of course, and they get the biggest names. Now, here, I'm going to rattle off a bunch just to illustrate the point here, but it's not even close to a complete list. So they have Wade Boggs, Johnny Bench, Roger Clemens, Reggie Jackson, David Ortiz, Albert Pujols, Jerome Bettis, Richard Dent, Tony Dorsett, Michael Irvin, Bo Jackson, Jerry Rice, LT, Lawrence Taylor. Then in basketball, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Dr. J, Julius Irving, Patrick Ewing, Rodman, Dominique Wilkins, Kevin McHale, who's literally 2 doors down from me right now. And just to name a few, right? Like I said, barely scratched the surface. So for hockey, well, we
Yes.
assume the Nationals bring in the heat. Let's go get some autos from our favorite players.
Hmm.
Well,
What?
as of right now, there's 2 hockey, their words, not mine, legends
Legend.
that the National has secured. And Baba Louie, we'll just have you unveil who they are.
Okay. There.
You can get autos from none other than Kyle Calder and Ben Eager. Those are the only 2 hockey signers at the National.
Sweet.
What is happening right now?
I know.
Bo Jackson and Dennis Rodman. I'd like to meet them, but I know Calder. I don't remember Ben Eager. That's well, that just shows you where we are on the totem pole. How many
Yeah.
soccer auto people are going to be there, or golf? Ouch.
How do you say hockey has a long way to go in America without saying hockey has a long way to go in America?
Do you think Gary
That is-
Bettman pays
Oh.
attention to this stuff? It's
Kyle
mind
Calder
blowing
and
how
Eager.
there's no representation. Hockey's for everyone. Yeah, just in our closed circles. Why don't we spread the word? Ugh.
This just
Ridiculous.
makes no sense. It completely boggles my mind. I don't even know what to say.
Well, there's not a lot of hockey at the National, so why would they have? I mean, doesn't it just follow suit? Isn't this the proper representation for the amount of people going there that do like hockey?
But
Right.
still,
Sad. It's don't have anyone rather than these. I mean, no offense, Kyle or Ben. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's rough, eh?
Depressing.
So
they're not
I
even
think.
trying.
Well, I was just going to say they're not reaching out to anybody, so it's not a thing for them. Hockey is not on the menu, boys. It's not on the menu. Yeah, it's too bad. It's okay. Well, we're here to change that. We're do 2 shows a week. Do Friday nights with Phil. all the hard work all three of us are putting in. California Dave, Neil, Discord. Listen, man, grassroots,
Phil.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's grassroots. We're all doing our part. Everybody listening is doing their part. Hockey's bigger this year in our hobby than it was a couple years ago, I think.
100%.
Yeah, so we keep on trucking. We make the National feel silly for not getting more hockey people, because when they get the players we want, we're going to say no, we're not coming. Obviously, we're coming, but I'm trying to act tough. You know.
Well, maybe if the National paid attention to Upper Deck ePack and understood that PWHL, I guess, what was your favorite PWHL ePack moment? It's over.
Yeah,
Mhm.
over.
Sold
I logged
out.
on and I logged off and I bought nothing because I couldn't.
Wow. It took a couple of days on Upper Deck's online platform for 2024 PWHL to sell out. I guess it's not a huge surprise given how crazy people have gone from the hobby boxes.
Mhm.
Tons of the inaugural set are already on ComC, and I'm sure have made it to eBay already. I'm not an ePack historian, believe it or not. I aspire to be. But I don't know. Has any product sold out in 2 days ever before? Like a
Call Ben Berry. I don't know. I'm not sure, but confirmed the print run wasn't big. I mean, definitely, right? I couldn't.
Sure.
How could it be?
Well, if there are any ePackers out there, let us know in the comments if this has happened before. All this makes me, because, man, you talk about, like, we were talking before the show a little bit about when you have the wind at your sails and for positive momentum versus the wind in your face. And everything with this product has had a huge amount of momentum. I'm really, really curious to see when the next PWHL like big releases come out,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what happens. Like, are they gonna still be real strong, or is this mainly isolated to the fact that everyone knows it was very short printed? Everyone knows there's a Young Guns outburst in every box, which is crazy. And so it's kind of like the oft reference that you make, Phil, the 2019 sort of Cale Makar Young Guns chase. This is probably right, the closest thing since then. Where
That's a good point. Yeah, very, very closely related. Yeah.
Yeah, these are going to stay high in price, I think, until you get a couple years out into the market and maybe prices start coming down on some of the players. But
Well, these girls need to be relevant for multiple years, right? Like Sarah Nurse needs, which I mean, Sarah's Nurse is phenomenal, but she needs to play like consistently well for like 4 to 8 years to keep her first year card relevant, right? That's the way I see it.
Now there are a couple of achievements and cards that you like, the kind of like there's no speckle rainbow, but there's a purple. And so this one is really interesting to me. So if you combine 5, I think it's 10 base cards or 5 base Young Guns, you can receive a purple achievement Young Guns. So the only difference that I could tell is that it says achievements and purple on it. I don't know why they didn't go with like the speckled. This is really strange to me. Like, wouldn't you rather just have 5 base Young Guns than this card?
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think people are going to know what this is.
They they will because they achieved it. They just
but I'm
won't.
saying like in the general marketplace. Like, are you if we're looking at Ella Shelton here, if like the base price of her Young Guns is $20 and somebody has 120 on this, are you going to really understand the value of that? Because knowing
It's almost like they were planning on putting the speckled and they're like, oh crap, we forgot, because it kind of doesn't make sense. It's a really good point, right?
Well, we just did our due diligence to try to get it out there, and hopefully people at the booths know when somebody's like, "Oh, you got 2 of these. Why is this one so much more than the other one?"
There's
Well,
the
young fellow,
explanation with the card. Yeah, the
Yes.
explanation with the card. Well, Ovi signed this when he broke the record. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that before.
oh, jeez, let's not open up that can of worms again.
I'm just saying, in 10 years, it has to have a story to it, right?
Sure.
So there's also printing plates achievements you can get to that. And then I think that's it. Oh, and then again, just to illustrate how successful this set, whether in hobby or ePack, has been, so far there's 12 public sales for 2024 PWHL over 1,000 US. I think it's very strong.
That's pretty sweet.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Good job, ladies.
Good job by you.
One more story. Is this you, Phil, or Louis?
Yeah, that's me.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm excited to tell you about the story. Okay, so PSA and Ultra Pro product now at your local Best Buy, only in the USA. I checked Canadian Best Buys. They're not well, if your local Best Buy hasn't closed down and it's still there, this product that I'm about to talk about is not in the building. So PSA has teamed up with Ultra Pro to offer grading submission kits now sold at Best Buy. Thank you, Louis. The kit includes standard card supplies like card savers, penny sleeves, and other essentials, top loaders. The main value in the kit is $100, so it's $100 plus tax. But get a load of this, guys. It comes with 4 coupons. When's the last time you got to say that word, coupon? So get your scissors out. You got 4 $25 PSA grading credits. And if you can't do math, that's $100 in value. So while the fine print isn't fully clear yet, it is likely that grading credits are meant to be used across 4 separate submissions, not all at once, because that wouldn't make sense. If you submit cards to PSA at least 4 times a year, this might actually be a good value, essentially giving you the supplies for free. So they want you in the store for the big sale, and then you get to shop and buy other things at the store. I think that's what's going on here. And that's smart. Smart move by PSA and Ultra Pro to partner with Best Buy, even though it raised some eyebrows, suggesting maybe more of a shift towards mainstream retail distribution. It depends how you look at it, right? What kind of glasses you have on, if any. This might be a great thing for you in the hobby. This might be I don't like the way this is going in the hobby. If you don't like the way this is going in the hobby, do something to change it. If not, the change is happening and you better find a way to accept it. I don't like the way this is going, but I've accepted it. I'm not joining them if you can't beat them, but it is what it is, okay? There's also some speculation that maybe like Dick's Sporting Goods might eventually serve as a PSA drop-off location. I would pick something like a sporting store like that, like Big Dick's there, instead of something like Best Buy, even though gaming, what is that, GameStop? What do you guys call that? GameStop? Even though that program has gone very, very well, and I know they're an electronics store, they also sell figures and memorabilia and little toys and trinkets and stuff. So that makes sense, GameStop. Best Buy, I don't really see, but something like Dick's Sporting Goods would make more sense. But yeah, so yeah. I think a lot of people saw this coming, maybe not specifically at Best Buy or the product itself, but when they put out a few feelers about Kurt's Card Care and, the Virtue Police just killed that guy, and here we are, right? So
interesting to know how they decide who to choose.
Yeah, well, who's got big?
Or is every dying retailer scrambling to get into the hobby?
Right.
That'd be nice.
It is a good thing, because I think whether you're at Dick's Sporting Goods or GameStop or Best Buy, when you see hobby products, it normalizes it.
Yes, it unnerdifies it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to move on to a conversation we had a few days ago, and kicks off a new partnership with a gentleman named Enzo Ferrari and his company Private Collection Insurance. So many of us have a lot of value in our collections. Some of us have a lot of value in weird players. That makes no sense, right, Phil?
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, I have volume. I have a lot of volume makes it valuable. Yes.
I have a really strong opinion. I could be wrong, but I would guess about 99% of us out there, our PCs have very little to no protection or insurance if something bad were to happen, like a fire, a basement flood, theft, or really anything that could possibly go wrong. And over the past, I want to say since the Fall Expo, so geez, we're coming on 8-9 months now, we've been talking with a gentleman, Enzo Ferrari, about his company, Private Collection Insurance. His real name is Enzo Ferrari. That's Spanish, Louis. In case you're
okay. Got it.
About protecting your PC and the value of your collection. And what makes Enzo so special is he's a collector himself and happens to be in the insurance business and founded this company that helps people like us protect our collections. So as I mentioned, we had the opportunity the other day to chat with Enzo, introduce the topic or idea of insuring your collection, and then I think hopefully dispel some of the common misconceptions that are out there about insurance too. So with that, we hope you enjoy this conversation with Enzo Ferrari. Very excited for this next conversation, and we are pleased to welcome for the first time on our show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, Mr. Enzo Ferrari from Private Collection Insurance. Hi, Enzo. How are you?
I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah.
Nice to meet you, Enzo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Introductions would be nice. Josh just likes to go on and on.
I'm excited about this. I want to get going because this has been a long time coming, and it's a topic that I think there's a lot of interest in and probably low awareness about. So that's the perfect thing about our show, is helping to introduce collectors to parts of the hobby, different services that, you know, we think might really benefit people. So you're an insurance guy.
Correct.
Which is probably the opening line you use at every party, right?
Yeah.
I'm an insurance guy.
Oh yeah, that gets the conversation going in the right direction.
Well, okay, but before we'll get into the insurance thing, obviously, in a second. But we got to start with your name, Enzo Ferrari. That's German, Phil, in case you were wondering. Just kidding.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you.
And Louis is a big F1 fan, so you've got like the greatest name ever. So you started like with a big head start in life.
Well, not really. Yeah, it's almost a handicap, to be honest, to be named Enzo Ferrari, and especially nowadays because everybody's more aware of the name. You know, growing up, it probably wasn't as famous as it is now, but it is a cool name. I hid from it for many years because I was always embarrassed about my name, but you know, as I'm getting older, it's actually now an asset because, you know, people don't forget my name, and it is a conversation starter as well. You know, I get the typical questions all the time about, you know, am I related? Do you own one?
Okay, well, now we got to know. So,
so are you related, and do you own one?
So no, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not related. I probably wouldn't be selling insurance if I was. I'd probably be selling cars. And yes, I do have actually two Ferraris right now in my garage. So I have been very fortunate in my life it was always my dream, obviously, with the name Enzo Ferrari, to own a Ferrari. Yeah. And I managed to do that a few years back. And, you know, and again, I was very grateful that I've been able to buy another one at the same time. So
you can't just have one; you got to have two.
I mean, yeah, it's almost like the hobby with the cards, right? It's an addiction, and once you get it, it's very hard to stop. You just want the next one and the next one. So
I'm kind of scared. So are the premiums going to be like really high now because you need a third Ferrari?
Yeah, no, we want volume. We don't want
do you have like classic Ferraris or new, or like what?
No,
what's your lane?
I have a couple of newer ones. So I have a 2020 812 super fast right now, and a 2024 296 GTB, which is the fastest car I've ever driven. It is it's not even drivable on the roads. Sometimes. Really? It's just that quick, and it's a little dangerous. It's really a track car. I don't really track my cars, but it's lightning fast, and it's a little scary when you're going very quickly in that thing.
I'm not a big car guy, but the Ferrari I want is from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Unfortunately, that went out the back of the house, so I don't think that one.
Yeah, the reverse didn't work. It didn't accumulate the miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good shape. Anyway, okay, let's talk about insurance. So you own just like general insurance companies, right? And then have been a collector, from what I understand, and then kind of fell into the collectible space with insurance. Why don't you tell us the story about how that all happened?
Sure. I mean, I've been in the business 25 years. I worked for, you know, certain brokerages over that time. In 2009, I started my own company. I have my own insurance brokerage, and, you know, ran that still running it, still own it. Started a couple of other ones that sell, you know, the main companies sell business insurance and home and auto and life and group benefits and all that regular type of insurance. You know, and I guess during this time, I mean, even before back in the 80s, I was a collector. I collected hockey cards and kind of stopped probably around the mid 90s. I think I stopped collecting, and all my collection just kind of went into my basement, into a big Tupperware box, and sat there and moved from three houses, from basement to basement to basement. Really didn't pay much attention to the hobby at all. And you know, during the pandemic, really, you know, I'm reading an article about a Wayne Gretzky rookie card that sold for like $3 million. And, you know, I again, didn't really pay much attention to the hobby at the time. And I said to myself, you know, like, I have one of those cards in my basement somewhere, you know, and I didn't store it properly. And I had the screw top, kind of the worst
standard.
thing to do. Yeah. Back then that was the thing to do.
Well, the bigger the brick, the cooler the card, right?
That's
Yeah. Check this out.
We're a bunch of idiots. Here's like 73 pounds of acrylic smashing this into oblivion.
Neville's getting ideas. He's writing them down right now.
Yeah, it wasn't the smartest thing to do. But again, back then, I don't think, you know, I didn't know anyway. I was just like a casual collector, and it was a gift from somebody that I had a Gretzky rookie card. And anyway, lo and behold, I you know, I searched my basement, pulled it out, and really, you know, obviously it wasn't going to be a PSA 10. I kind of learned a little bit about grading as well during the pandemic and all the fun stuff that comes with that. And anyway, sent it off to be graded, got back a PSA 5, which, you know, not the best grade, but it was more sentimental value for me at that point to get that card graded. It had a lot of meaning to me at the time. And again, so as I'm doing all this, I'm on eBay at the time, and just buying cards left, right, and center. And I was buying everything because, again, I really was buying soccer, I was buying hockey, I was buying football. Formula One had just come out, I was buying Formula One. So I had amassed a pretty good collection of cards, and I was, you know, I had them all spread out on my dining room table. And I, you know, again, my background is risk management, insurance, and I'm sitting there going, like, none of this stuff is insured under a homeowner's policy. And I've accumulated quite a bit of value here. So I did a bit of research.
We stop there real quick? Sorry to cut you off, but I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions that people have, and what I've learned a little bit. And one thing I really wanted to key in with on you, and I think so many people assume that I don't need a separate policy. It's covered under my homeowners.
Right.
Can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. So yeah, no, a standard homeowner's policy is basically going to cover you maybe a few $1,000s on any kind of collection, memorabilia, sports cards, coins, numismatics, comic books. There's very specific limits on an insurance policy when it comes to collectibles. An insurance company is not going to cut you a check for $300,000 of your collection. It doesn't work that way. It's very small limits. I mean, each company offers a little bit different. It might be 2, it might be 5, it might be 10 if you have a really high-end insurance company. But you're on your own when it comes to this stuff. And again, as you put it, like, most people assume I have tenants insurance, I have condo insurance, I have a homeowner's policy, that somehow if there's a fire, a theft, water damage, or any of the above claims, that they think that their homeowner's insurance is going to cover it. And I can tell you 100% certainty that you are not going to be covered.
So, Enzo, can I ask, like, I'm going to bring simplicity here. If my home burns down and the contents of my home are insured under a policy with my homeowner's policy, whether you own or rent, whatever it is, what is not underwritten in that for the contents of the home? That's where I'm lost, right? Like, I know that's not. I know you have.
I was going to ask the same thing, Phil, because every homeowner's policy
that makes
content.
no. So, no offense, insurance doesn't have the best. The commercials are beautiful, but when it comes down to it, I have one experience in my life, and it was a nightmare. Absolutely, worst experience of my life with a vehicle. So why is homeowners insurance for the contents of the home not insured? Like,
so you have contents coverage. You're absolutely right with that. So your homeowner's policy will cover your clothes, your furniture, your appliances, anything that's within the house, that would be covered because that's like what we call, I guess, standard contents. But if you actually read the policy wordings, which again, I am sure 99.9% of the population do not sit there when they get their policy every year from the insurance company, open it up and actually read what the exclusions or limits are. So, there's sections in an insurance policy where it'll have what you are covered for and what you are not covered for, and then specific limits for certain items. So
that's where they state the limits. Okay.
Yeah, so you might have let's use a different example. You might be a cyclist and you have a $15,000-$20,000 bicycle. Again, there's limits on a policy for those types of items. Tractors, again, if you have a big property and you have like a lot of farm equipment, that's not going to be covered under your standard property policy. So when it comes to collectibles, numismatics, memorabilia, anything like that, there's very specific, and jewelry is another great example. You might have your wife's engagement ring. Well, if you read your policy, there's going to be a specific limit as to how much jewelry coverage, diamonds, watches, that a policy will cover. It's clearly stated, and your broker or your agent should be explaining this stuff and should be asking you these questions when we write the policies. I mean, we do a pretty good job of asking people, obviously, because of my background and what I'm trying to accomplish with PCI. But, it's hard to go through every limit with every single person. I'm not going to lie. Like, we have our challenges too with time and how much time you can spend with a client and going through every single limit. But
if somebody doesn't offer, like if somebody has a letter written by Abraham Lincoln, you're not going to ask, did Lincoln write a letter that you have in your house? Or, so it's sometimes you can only, I think, go off of what people offer up in a lot of those cases, I believe. And I think too, like my experience I've had good and bad experiences with insurance, and I'm sure you can speak to this too, Enzo, getting to Phil's point, is it's really a service industry, right? And so that's the difference between your experience is going to depend on who you choose to provide and what level of service and care and compassion in certain cases when tragedy strikes that they offer.
Yeah. And like I said, the policies have certain limits, and it's hard to ask, as you said, like, do you have an Abraham Lincoln signed letter? It's impossible. And to Phil's point about insurance companies, they don't really do a very good job of explaining this stuff either. Like, it's not just the customer, it's not just the broker. Insurance companies, again, they don't do a very good job. And with PCI, I mean, I probably spend 99% of my time educating, doing this, explaining to people that it's not covered. And that was
someone's got to, like when you said earlier, please don't take this wrong, where like we sometimes we don't have the time and it takes a lot of this is the point in your life where you need to take the time, the seller and the buyer of the policy. If it takes 3 days, man, take 3 days.
Yeah.
Like the difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars should take a few days.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, maybe the culture is a little different, but I value what you're saying in that you take the time to educate people, because then they can make the right decision. Maybe PCI isn't the best for them and they'll go somewhere else, but they'll remember you and you gave them honest, authentic advice.
Yeah.
They'll refer you to their rich uncle that has 15 Gretzky rookies, and it works out for you, right? It all comes back if you do the right thing.
Yeah, and that's what we're really trying to do here. Like, obviously we want to sell a lot of insurance policies, but part of the passion that I have is really just trying to protect the hobby. Like, I'm a big collector, so I have my collection insured, and I sleep well at night. I don't have to worry. But I see what I go to shows. I see what people carry around. I see the tables, and
you must see the world different, eh? A hobby show from your eyes.
Well, you told me like at the expo, you walk around kind of panicking the whole time, don't you?
I have anxiety. I definitely get anxiety because I can't fathom these. The tables are full of cards and valuables, and there's just 20 people around, and one person behind the table there trying to control, and they're giving out cards to people to look at, and
you see the security guards, they're not chasing anybody down.
What always gets me is there's a big like table, there'll be one guy, and it's like there's 3 different corners, and the guy will be having a deep conversation with his back like this, and behind him is a case with like probably $100,000 of cards in it.
52 man or
And
something.
he's like, he's not even paying attention
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
You know, not locked up, just ready to.
There's Enzo
know.
having a panic attack in the
Mhm.
corner.
I literally, I mean, again, it's my background, right? So everywhere I go, I'm kind of that person. But with the card shows, it really, you know, and again, that's part of why I wanted to do this. How I started, I kind of started the company as almost like a hobby business, just to ensure really my collection, because there's not really there's nobody really doing it the way we're trying to do it, where we're, you know, passionate collectors. We collect. We want to make sure the hobby continues. And I love the hobby. I mean, I'm just such a big fan of everything that's been going on. I just got back from Fanatics Fest, and I saw just the level of excitement that has grown since when I started, like in 2020, 2021 to now. And really, I'm passionate about protecting people. Like, I mean, it's kind of, you insure your car, you insure your watches, you insure your diamonds. Why wouldn't you insure your collection? And you know, everybody thinks it's expensive or it's covered under homeowners, but it's not that expensive. It's very reasonable. And again, it's another level of protection for your collection. And if you know, my thing in life is like, I want to pass my collection down to my grandkids one day. I already told my kids, you're not getting my collection. It's going to the first grandchild.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. No, what is it? Nona and what Noni and Nona?
Nonno and Nonna.
No, yeah. Yeah, Yampapu in Greek. There you go.
I got a question for you then, because Josh kind of brought it up at the card show. So I think a lot of people think when you talk about insuring your collection, you know, the first thing that comes to mind is everything in your house burns down. But now Josh is talking at a card show where, you know, dealers facing this way, nobody's watching behind. How does that work with like lost or stolen?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't.
So our coverage includes trade shows as well. So if you go to a trade show, transit coverage when you're bringing your cards from A to B, you know, if you're going from Toronto to New York, it's built in. It's worldwide coverage, really, at the end of the day. So if you're at a show, we're covering you. Again, so because a lot of the people in the industry also attend the shows, and they're sellers. They're not, you know, even if you're just a collector, you could still have a booth and sell some of your cards. So we're really, because I'm a collector myself, I actually know exactly what they need. Like you don't have to tell me, I'm going to tell you. I know the collector side and I know the insurance side. So at the end of the day, I've got A to B covered, and there's very little that's going to get past me in terms of insurance coverage and what a collector actually needs. And I can advise them in terms of, like, you know, limits and deductibles and all that other fun stuff, and how we can, you know, manage your collection.
Well, you're part of the culture, right? Like if I call, I don't know, Allstate for probably the last commercial I saw, they don't know to be like, well, what's it graded? What they won't know, like, you know, is that a PSA slab, sir, or a BGS? Yeah. Like they're not. I would be floored if they said that.
It's just a general collectible to them, and that's all the deeper that they will go. I do want to circle back, like, really quick though, because I did derail us from your sort of origin story.
Josh has a format we have to follow. Go ahead. I'll stop talking.
Enzo, you want to say goodbye to Phil? He just left us. No, because I think it's important. So from what I understand, you've been in the insurance game a long time. You are a collector. Then the pandemic rolls around. We all learn, holy crap, these are all pretty valuable. At that point, you must have looked around when the dots connected for you, and to say, oh, I wonder who's providing this service. And my guess is, but you tell us, that you found that there's not a lot of people, if anyone, really doing this, right?
No, not at the extent that we're doing it. I did obviously my research. I looked around obviously on the internet to see if there's any suppliers or anybody offering this coverage. And there are, as you mentioned, there might be some smaller companies, but that don't relate. They might have smaller limits, or they advertise they do it. But when you call kind of a call center or somebody that's not immersed in this hobby or knowledgeable, they're really they're not going to give you the right advice, and nor is their program set up to insure collectors the way we're going to insure collectors. So that was kind of the journey when I realized I had some value. I know it's not covered under my policy. Did my research, and I reached out to my contacts in London, and we set up. Again, it was originally slated to just be this small little company, little hobby company that not really going to spend a lot of time on. And lo and behold, I'm so passionate about this company and the need for it. I probably spend 80% of my time now on PCI and want to grow it into
wow.
a big.
That's awesome.
That's a big tell. That's passion. That's awesome, man. That's great to hear.
What is it about London, like with the whole where insuring not standard things, like the whole Lloyd's of London thing, and you always hear about models insuring their legs in London and stuff like that. So where's I've always been curious about the London connection to that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Lloyd's of London is it's like an umbrella. So there's thousands of little insurance companies within Lloyd's of London. They're all act like little insurance companies, and we call them syndicates. And each one kind of specializes in, so there's a guy in London who insures, when Elon Musk puts a rocket into space, there's a guy in London that kind of specializes, or one or two guys or companies that specialize in rockets. And that's all they insure, or satellites, or freight liners or tanker trucks.
Wow.
And the same with every other product that you see, like ours, like the hobby, the collectibles and jewelry and watch collections and things like that. Most domestic markets in North America want to just insure, the box.
Standard,
your car,
standard contents.
Standard policies, like they'll do your house, your contents, your automobile, your business. But anytime you get out of the realm, like you got a big comic book collection, or even if you have sometimes a big car collection, I mean, it's insured through a London syndicate.
Your hand model. What if you're a hand model?
Yeah, all that. It's crazy what they can insure anything, really. And they could tell you so many stories about some of the. I've been there a few times, and you just sit down with these underwriters, and the stuff they tell you, the thefts, the best stories are the thefts, because they will tell you stories that are I saw a movie about that. Literally, there's movies about the thefts that.
Well, it makes me think about the whole Kim Kardashian thing when she was in Paris, right? And she was kidnapped because she was doing social media posts bragging about wearing a $5 million watch or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
what? Who advised that? Are you serious? Well,
she was kidnapped in Parisville.
Yeah, I'd kidnap her and take the watch and bring her to dinner and bring her back.
Well.
Oh my God.
Say goodbye to Phil, because now probably is that the Mounties knocking at your door, Phil?
Stop with the Mounties. They don't ride horses. Well, they do, but it doesn't matter.
But
that's one thing too. Now getting back to what's covered, and this is Phil, you need to really pay attention to this. And I'm not kidding you. Mm-hmm. So even accidental damage can be covered too, right? Like if you are walking with your card and you trip and fall and
or sneeze, right? Achoo! You damage a corner. What would the deductible on that be? Like how does that work, right? That's a very detailed question.
Yeah, a lot of times it just depends on the value of the cards, right? We normally, the beauty of our policies, again, we kind of have a blanket limit. So if you have we're not asking you to itemize every item, because it would be literally impossible to do. You
wouldn't do that. You wouldn't want a spreadsheet of every card that I think is worth
it'd be an administrative nightmare to try to do that. So what we normally try to do is we want to know your top 10 or top 20 cards, the most valuable cards in your collection. And again, depending on the value, each risk is a little different. But if you do have, 5 Michael Jordan cards, I want to know about it, rookie cards that are PSA 10. We want to know, because you're going to want to know that those are 1,000% covered. But all your other, graded cards that are a few $100s or, maybe 1,000 here or there, we don't need to know. We need to know a blanket limit. And, so if it's 200,000, and then we know within that 200,000, your top 5 here, your top 5 cards, That's all we really need to know. In terms of the collection, I mean, then we obviously need to know some security details, your address and how you store them, things of that nature. But yeah, it's very, again, like I said earlier, like I'm a collector, so I know if I would never insure, or I would never get somebody to insure their collection if I had to have a list of 2,000 cards, and most of them are not like, of that value, but we can insure them.
And
Well,
we're
our
constantly
community-
moving our cards too, right?
Yeah.
And so does this help you cover vendors too? Because that's a question I was thinking about this morning. What if I'm a vendor and I'll have $300,000 worth of inventory typically, but it's constantly changing?
Yeah. And that's the beauty of a blanket. Like, so when I say blanket, it truly is a blanket. If again, the higher end cards, we should know about them. It just, even from my anxiety level, like I'd rather know that the insurance company knows about it. If you got $1 million card, like we want to make sure that card is obviously insured. But we're getting a lot of traction from, retail stores, dealers, even PSA graders, guys that take in cards and send them out, so we can insure, third-party cards. If you're a submitter, like you take in cards from a third party and then you send them out to PSA and then you take them back and you ship them back to the customer. I mean, we have a lot of clients that do that as well. So we don't just do the collector, we do the dealers, we do the guys at the shows. We actually insure a lot of the shows up here in Canada. We're the title sponsor insurer for the actual event of the show. So we do that kind of insurance as well. Again, really trying to round out the entire hobby where you just have to call me in. And again, the beauty of me is I do a lot of the risks come through me. I am the collector expert, I guess, when it comes to the insurance. So you're not going to deal with, a call center. You're really dealing with me a lot of times. As I build up the company, I still have the time to do it. And
we're passionate, right? Why wouldn't you want it? Like, oh no, I got to go to work and insure a bunch of wicked cards and to talk about.
It's
well,
so
I mean,
fun.
instead of talking to the family about their minivan and bedroom set, you're getting to talk with people about what kind of cards and other
Well,
stuff.
he is a car guy. He might want to talk about the Dodge Caravan. I don't know. Maybe Enzo likes caravans. Who knows?
No, it's really, as you mentioned it, like, I've insured the businesses and the houses and the cars, and I still do that. I still have passion for that. But this side of the hobby, I get to see, it's not just sports cards. I see fantastic guitar collections, vinyl collections, comic book collections, coin collections, watches, jewelry. We do all that. That's all part of our company where we do jewelry stores. So as you guys know, like you really meet a lot of interesting people, and you get to hear a lot of interesting stories of how they collected whatever it is they collect. Cause it's not just sports cards that people collect. People collect all kinds of things, and I see it every day, and it's kind of neat to see the types of things that people are collecting. And again, I usually talk to them personally, and I get their story.
Have you ever seen? So this would be my problem if I was you, and if you're insuring a collection and you see a card you like, are you like, so how attached are you to this card? Like, has that happened ever, or like, whoa,
Absolutely.
I'd really like it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely. It's
like, I picked up a client. It cost me $5,000. How did this happen?
Yeah, I think I spend more money collecting than I do.
He's one of us. Mr. Ferrari's one of us. This is great.
Degenerate collector. That's what we love.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
So I have a question, just like a mechanics one too. Let's say there's a collector like who spends like $5,000 on a card because he really loves the player, and it's really worth like $2,000. What's it? The insured value is the 2,000, right? Not what you spent, the 5,000.
No, it's my heart.
How does that work?
What my heart says.
You actually get the replacement cost of what you purchased the card for. So, I don't know how many guys. If Phil, you're buying $5,000 cards that are worth $2,000, that maybe
that's how he rolls.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm not. I tend to overpay for what I really want, and it's not by $3,000. It can be by a few hundred, and that's fine.
I have the same disease as you. When I see something I like, and I'm a big Ferrari F1 collector, so the cards in that space, and everybody on Instagram, sends me all their cards because they know I'll buy it, and it's an easy sale when they send me something good. But no, you actually get and you know, values fluctuate too. So one of the things I can guarantee is that if you paid $3,000, let's say, for a card, and it's in, you know, we will give you $3,000 for that card, even if it drops down to, let's say, 2,000. You always get like the replacement cost of that, or not. Yeah, it is replacement cost actually, not the actual cash value. So you're getting what you paid for it.
They didn't do that with my truck.
Well, you didn't go to Enzo, so
7 months later, I get
Yeah.
schmuckered, and I lost like 13,000 in depreciating value. That's my only experience with insurance, and I it broke me. It
pick
broke
the
me
right,
as a
pick the
human
right
being.
broker, Phil. You just make bad choices.
Suck it, Trebek.
Yeah, man, it killed me. It killed me. So
Yeah,
I'm willing
well,
to take another chance on my cards.
You probably, you're dealing with the wrong people. We
Yeah,
would,
clearly.
we would have obviously helped you out there, but I
Thanks.
don't want to toot my other business, but
No, yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
So, who needs this? Like, if your collection's worth $100, probably can wait, right? But like, what's the level of
good
value
question.
where someone should seriously consider protecting themselves?
I mean, I would say anywhere between over $5,000 and $10,000. I think you really start to need to look at this. You know, values go up, so you might have a small collection now, and again, if you're like most of us, you know your collection is going to grow over time. It's not going to be. I rarely find anybody in this hobby that buys 2 cards and stops. You know you're going to buy more. You're part of the hobby, and so usually, you know, like anything below that, I mean, you could still buy it. I mean, I think if you have the right security measures in your house, if you store them properly and you have an alarm, you're probably better off. But you know, it's probably not economically feasible to do anything under 5,000. I think anything over and above that, I think you should start looking at it. And like I said, it's very affordable. And again, once you start the policy, you can kind of grow with it and just make additions and deletions to it, or raise the limits annually as you get your renewal.
Does it matter? It doesn't matter on price, but does it matter to you? Is there a different cost on how I store them? If I just have them in boxes on a shelf versus in like a gun case or something, you know?
Premium wise, no, it doesn't make a difference. Sometimes the underwriting guidelines, again, because each risk is going to be a little bit different. So if you do have those 5 PSA 10 Michael Jordans, the insurance company might ask you, and they probably will, that you will have to keep it in a safe or at some other secure.
Can't store it in your mailbox.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I got a padlock on it. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, there might, again, that's the thing. Like every risk is a little different, so it's hard for me to answer that question. But it is, like I said, my collection is in those metal cases, those little suitcases, and it's I don't keep them in my basement. It's above the ground. Do not leave anything on floor level. Like raise it off the ground in case of flood. But it really doesn't make a difference. It's more. Sometimes the insurance companies will demand that you do things a little bit higher end, just depending on
what it is.
Yeah. But for most collectors, all we really ask is that you have a monitored alarm system in your house. We don't ask for a safe. Again, unless
that's more important than a safe. I would have thought a safe would be better than an alarm system.
Well, it is. But we don't demand it. Like one thing we will kind of we have to have at least a monitored alarm system in your house, and and you can keep it in different locations. If you have a safe, even better. Like I said, we always recommend the safe. Again, a lot of it just depends on your collection and the value.
So every situation, it sounds you're very outgoing and personable, Enzo. So you every situation is unique. You've said that every collection is unique. You've mentioned that a few times. And you work with like, let's say we hook up at one point and my situation is unique than anybody else's. So will you offer me suggestions? And Phil, you could do option A, option B, and that would be better for security. Or I know you're not a security company, but you could offer proper guidance.
100%. Yeah. And
Awesome.
I said, that's kind of what I'll give you different options usually, depending on what the collection is, what the value is.
Okay. Because you're one of us. So you could.
Well, we do plan to do that as part of,
kind
of do a little content series where Phil's going to get his collection insured, and Phil has graciously agreed to be open and honest to probably the horror of all of us and let us inside the curtain and see what's going on in that crazy
Come see how
house of
Phil's
his.
sausage is made. Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of like a big question, tough question, but I think I imagine most people are thinking this right now. Just in generalities, I know every situation is unique. How much does insurance cost for something like this? I mean, are you able to give just like a general sort of guideline, cost guideline?
You know what? If I should have prepared something probably before this to get a number, but there's a lot of different factors, unfortunately, that go into it, right? So I always hesitate in giving ballparks,
Yeah.
because
What if my collection's 100,000? Is that a round number, or you don't want to work with that? Like,
yeah, no, I could. I just, you know what? I need to kind of do some research just to refresh.
Oh, we'll get back to people.
They're all amazing cards. That's all you need to know. They're amazing cards that we're going to go up and skyrocket in value. Yeah.
It's $100,000 where it's actually 49,000 Shane Pinto Younger. That's where I'm just trying to come from, and I know this is a tough question, and we can get back to people later on, but some people are thinking, you know, is this a 3-figure a year, a 4-figure, a 5-figure kind of investment? That's kind of where I'm trying to just.
I have no idea. So you could, Enzo, you could say it'd be about $500 a month, Phil, for your yearly premium or you could say it'd be $78 a month. I have zero clue. I think that's why Josh is asking, like, give a ballpark of a few hundred even. Like, we have no idea.
Zero idea. I'm trying. So for about 100,000, I think, again, I should have did a quick quote on something, but well, again, because the last couple I've done were like $1 million collections. So
we're peasants. Oh, I'm a peasant.
Yeah,
I'll work on making my collection bigger for you.
Oh, for poor people?
Yeah. For poor people, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I think the last one I did was about 150,000 card collection, and it was, I want to say $1,200 a year.
See, that's not bad. See, that's very helpful. So
it's like $100 a month, right? Like, it's not.
My God. Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing. You know, again, if you have a smaller collection, it's as low. We've done quotes for as low as $350. Like, it's very affordable, very economically feasible for most people to insure their collection. Because not everybody has that kind of a collection. Sometimes it's like, 10, 15, 20,000, right? And it's a small amount. And we're talking hundreds of dollars. We're not talking thousands of dollars.
Thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
I know that your risk management and your probably precision is what but I think that is important just for people to get that general understanding in that it's a service and you have to pay for it. I mean, that's part of the territory, but that it's not going to be cost prohibitive. Probably if you have the money to have a $200,000 hockey card collection, then you probably can pay a couple $100 a month.
No, that was huge, Enzo. That's all. You demystified a lot just with that ballpark. That's very the Willie Loman can pay that if he could. Josh said if you have a $200,000 collection, you should have a couple $100.
Do you guys insure card shops too? Because I don't know I'm sure you've seen how many get broken into now, and I'm just curious if that's because that must be tricky for them as part of like a standard business coverage to be millions of dollars of hobby boxes sitting in a card shop.
Yeah, we do. Again, the hobby boxes, the bricks and mortar. Yes, 100%. We have a huge following. We have quite a few clients that are strictly, they have the bricks and mortar. They're not just, guys that go to the show. So yeah, that's, again, we do museums, we do jewelry stores. We actually do a lot of the retailers in that space with PCI. So it's the company doesn't, again, just do collectibles. I'm kind of the collectible expert, but we have other experts in jewelry and fine arts. So we do museums and galleries.
Wow. Awesome. That's fun.
Yeah. It's a really fun
days
business.
At work, eh?
Yeah, it's a really fun business. And I'm starting to get invited to a lot of cool, like something like this. it's just so cool for me. Like, I never thought I'd be on a podcast, and I'm an insurance guy, right? Like, we're probably the most reserved people in the world.
Well, don't get too excited. You're just on ours. It's
This is a highlight in your life. Then you need to like go to therapy immediately and reevaluate everything, dude.
Come on, you guys are fun. No,
every movie where the man lives a boring life, he's at an insurance convention. The things happen after the beginning of the movie of the insurance. All right, sweetie, it's the same thing. I'll be home in 3 days, and then his life explodes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's Enzo.
One important note too is that right now PCI which is private collection insurance, is only available in Canada, correct?
Yes, as of the moment.
Why do you hate America?
No. Don't answer that, Enzo. Don't answer. Josh, have some respect.
I know I'm being set up on that one. And yeah, right now we are, but we're working extremely hard right now to get a U.S. Our licensing in the U.S. so we're able to offer our product in the U.S. So I'm hoping within the next actually few months, for sure by the end of the year, we will have a U.S. presence. Which,
wow,
yeah, it's very exciting for me because obviously the U.S. is it's 10 times the size of Canada, and I think that there's that many more collectors, and the shows, the National Fanatics Fest and all the other fun shows that are down there. So we're working really hard to get that done because we're actually getting a lot of calls, believe it or not, from US based collectors and dealers. And unfortunately right now we're
calling you right now. Come on, Enzo, let's go. We needed this in the United States.
Yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming. And like I said, we're really excited, and you guys will probably be the first to know when that happens because it's an untapped market for us. It's just obviously licensing and insurance is very regulated, not only in Canada, but in the US. So very excited though. I can't wait for that to open up. And
when are we going to do my adventure with Enzo? Do you want me to drive to Vaughan? You're in Vaughan, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I could drive. Would it be better if I drove down there or no? I don't know.
Where are you located?
Ottawa. Yeah, I know. It's funny. I know. But I'm in Toronto like once a month or so.
Your premium just went up 50%.
Yeah, that's great.
It's justified. I add an extra 10% just in case.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here all the time. I mean, if you want to come by the office, and
that'd be fun. Could just put my GoPro
we can make a video out of it. That'd be
that would be totally fun.
I really think I know Enzo's helping us out with the podcast, but we don't hook up with anyone unless we really believe in it. I would like my cards insured properly, right? Like it's very important to me. It's getting up there. My son will sell all my cards when I give them to him, so I'm not going to give them to him. And I want to make sure they're taken care of and protected right now. So I think we should get on that.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be so much fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, that's
we'll do that for sure. I kind of want to, we like train wrecks around here because we are one. And I want to get a couple horror stories from you. But one thing I've noticed that it would be awesome if somehow we could, even help maybe make some connections if you don't have them already, is like we talked to Brian Trottier, and almost it seems like so often these legendary guys that didn't make a lot of money. I mean, there was no $15 million a year contracts in the NHL in 1970. You go back 10, 20 years before that, they were working 2 jobs. Along playing professional hockey. And one thing these guys had is all this memorabilia. And it seems like the story you hear over and over again is, well, I had, and then the basement flooded.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so true.
It's like, where, I mean, that would probably be so meaning, because I think about that. Like, you got these guys that are legends, Hall of Famers. They built the game of hockey. They created, part of the environment that enables players to be multimillionaires today. And like one things that they had that they could probably financially benefit from today gets lost. And so it's like you need like a former player program to because
that's a great idea, Josh. Yeah, Brian, that
these
really
guys
happened.
Ensure their legacy almost too.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've heard a lot of stories like that as well.
100%. Yeah, the basement flooding is probably the biggest one when it comes to claims. Like theft, obviously, it occurs, but thefts are usually smaller. If it happens at a show, it might be a $5,000-$10,000 claim. But if your basement flood is, and that's why I said in the beginning of the show, like nothing should be in your basement, or at the very least off the ground, 5 or 6 feet, because if it does flood, you're going to lose everything. And water is probably the biggest
enemy
hazard
of
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fire, obviously, there's not much you can do if you keep your card collection in your bedroom upstairs on the second floor and there's a fire. I mean, fire demolishes everything, but flood is the easiest one to kind of mitigate against, because there's just steps you can make or take that will eliminate that exposure altogether. So again, the fire, the theft, those are really the big ones that we hear. So.
Are there any particular, I mean, again, protecting the names of the innocent and not getting into, but like horror stories that you've run across in the past few years that kind of illustrate what can happen? And life happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, not so much on our end. We've been kind of fortunate. We've had some claims, but nothing major. I mean, a lot of the ones that you hear about, I mean, I'm sure you've heard about the ones at the shows at the Dallas Card Show, and and again, if that doesn't ring a bell for you to get insurance, and from what I understand, I don't think they had any coverage at that time.
And that was a coordinated effort. Like if you go back, like there was like 5 or 6 people involved. It was like, you're the distractors, then and then somebody just like in 5 seconds they picked up.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big horror stories that I did hear, it didn't happen to us, but it did, and it happened to somebody that wasn't insured. And this is kind of where the world is going these days. So your audience needs to kind of hear this stuff, because I think it's very valuable information. That I was it wasn't a card show, it was a coin show. So similar to a card show where everybody's got their gold and silver coins all lined up in the cases. And and most of these dealers, they come in with either a knapsack or like a cooler, and everything is in these little bags. And somebody, thieves are getting very, very smart. And what they did was they put an air tag in the knapsack of the dealer. And basically, you wait till the show's over, and then you follow them home, and you get robbed because now they know where you live. So,
wow.
These are, and I don't mean to fear monger, but I'm in the insurance business, so I hear all the stories, and I hear how thieves are becoming more and more elaborate in their scheme. So you think about a card show, I mean, you see how dealers come in and out, and there's, a lot of times they leave their stuff there. So, somebody can just drop an air tag in your bag, follow you home, and, guess what's going to happen? Like, and again, with the values that we're talking about these days, like we're not talking, there's cards that are worth $1 million. Like it's not,
numismatics and bullion. Like if someone steals like 50 Engelhard 100-ounce silver bars, that's on you. You can't trace that. That's what an old mint from the 50s has got a stamp on. You won't know, right? Same with an old Morgan or Canadian silver dollar. Like that must be you must have some crazy stories of
I mean, like I said, when you go to London, you really hear like some worldwide stories about thefts, and how, when you say coordinated efforts, like usually the big ones are extremely coordinated, multiple people involved.
Pink Panther gang. Yeah.
And sometimes there's somebody inside the organization that's kind of helping out too, right? So you got to be very careful with, everything you do these days, because it's just, the world has become, it is what it is right now. And, that's why I'm here. Like, I really want to protect the hobby. I want to make sure people are educated. The thefts aren't going to go down, or damage to the collections aren't going to go down. It's going to go up as these values continue to rise. And again, my job, your job, what you're doing with me is fantastic, because I think the service that you're providing to your audience and just educating them, and hopefully they hear the message, and eventually, I'm getting calls to insure their collections. I mean, that's the whole point.
You know what's great about this? I was raised very Greek growing up, so we stuck together, right? Like my grandmother always went to the TD Bank with the Greek lady. We went to the grocery store with the Greek person. So we're card collectors.
Yeah.
We found Enzo, who's a card collector for insurance. I want to find a guy to like build my dock who collects cards. We got to keep it in the tribe, right? Keep it in the family, because that's where the passion really rears its head. And that's why I think this is awesome. We're all a bunch of degenerate card collectors, but we're talking about something serious in life.
Yeah.
And Enzo's also a card collector, but this is his specialty. So, you know, if you ever need hedges trimmed or a tree cut down, you know a guy now.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of the hobby, right? You meet all kinds of people. It's not just, you know, insurance people, lawyers, doctors, construction workers, everybody. I've met, again, so many people in this industry. And again, one of the guys in the insurance business, he had a huge guitar collection and we insure it. And, you know, he's retired now, but again, you just get to see some really fun, cool things and autographs and
like-minded people. I that's what that to me is being rich in life now. You know, money's nice too, but like getting along and finding like-minded individuals and hobbies, and it's awesome, man. That's great.
When my wife and I first got married, one of the best things we did is we took a financial planning course. That was very, very good. That just helps you like understand adulting, you know, when you're in your 20s and like how to be smart. And one of the things that always stuck with me from that course we went through was that the typical person has a financial emergency every 5 to 7 years. And so like a $2,500 or so or above emergency. And so many people kind of think, that'll never happen to me.
Yeah.
Right. And, but it does happen a few times in your life, and it can happen. And it's not just the value of our cards, it's what they, you know, because like I think of a guy like you, Phil, where sure, it would be great to, if something tragic happened to your collection, great to get a little bit of the money back, but you'd be heartbroken, and it's not just about cashing in, it's about kind of replacing one of the most treasured things.
I don't
in
want
your
the
life.
money. The money would just let's not talk about that.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. You're right. Like you're not going to replace the collection if something happens to it, but you know, at least the financial aspect, if it is covered, softens the blow a little bit. But if you lose your collection and then, you know, all that money and time you've invested into it, it will sting more. Trust me.
When I think of, and this has been very public, but you know, friend of the show, Mike DiStefano, has a hockey podcast.
Oh yeah.
He got his collection stolen out of his car, and he openly admitted he almost left the hobby. Right. And I can understand that. If you have you know, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 collection that you've built up over 10 years and put your heart into it, and all of a sudden,
it's a gut shot.
It's gone. You know, that is probably enough to maybe think, you know, it's just too hard at that point. So to have coverage like this and to be protected, I think is important. Where, if people are in Canada currently, and then by the end of the year in the US, where can they find out more information if they do want to talk to you about their collection and, you know, see if maybe one of your policies is a good fit for them? Yeah,
so you can reach us obviously through our website at privatecollectioninsurance.com. That's direct through that, or you can reach me directly on my Instagram, which is Enzo Ferrari 68. At Enzo Ferrari 68. So I do a lot of work on Instagram these days, and I'm getting a lot of people kind of corresponding that way. And then, you know, once we've made the connection either through the website or Instagram, then we can kind of either text or do email. But those are the two easiest ways to get a hold of me. We also have an Instagram page for private collection, which I monitor as well, which is Private Collection Insurance.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. I think this was really important. Oh, Louis?
I got two things quick before you sign off.
Gotcha, Enzo.
Before we sign off here, one comment and one correction, I think. Enzo, thanks for being here, simply because now I have somebody that I can talk F1 cards with.
Yes, any day, man, any day.
And number two, Josh, I think maybe every Italian rolled over in their grave because you called Ferrari German.
It was a joke.
Oh, okay. I didn't even hear that. Oh, boy.
It was a joke.
You looked like you were so serious, and
it was a
my
joke.
heart sank straight to my gut when
It was a joke at Phil. I said it's a German name, Phil, because Phil's kind of dumb.
Yeah, well,
I wasn't even listening to you. So
He
I
didn't.
even...
He didn't
it's
catch
okay.
it.
Yeah. Days
But
of Thunder. Are there Days of Thunder cards? Or that's not F1. That's NASCAR, right? Days
Yeah,
of
never
Thunder.
heard of it.
Days of
I'm
Thunder.
sure,
That was a
like
movie.
Never heard of it.
Dick
No.
Trickle,
What?
right? Wasn't he like the
Yeah.
big?
Was it too scary for you, Josh? Did the music too loud? Josh doesn't like scary movies, so we
Mhm.
don't know if you can watch that.
You know what movie I've had in the back of my mind during this conversation? You had to have seen it, Enzo, the Thomas Crown Affair,
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
Mhm.
where he's basically Pierce Brosnan is an art thief and
Yep.
does these very intricate kind of takes paintings in galleries.
You want Ronin? That's what you want. You want Ronin with De Niro's. That's a
Okay,
better
tiny
movie.
like 30-second tangent. The thing I've never understood about that movie is he had this like really, it was very smooth and very cinematic. He would go in and like grab like the Mona Lisa or something, and he would like fold it up like 7 times. It's like, well, how do you fold the Mona Lisa? Like, how does that work? Where it doesn't.
She's foldable.
Yeah. Come on
I don't know
now.
if I would do that.
Mona Folda. That's what they
Oh.
called her back in the day.
All right. Thank you, Enzo. Really, really
Thank you,
appreciate
Enzo.
you. And we're excited to work with you. I can't wait to insure Phil's collection because
Yeah, we'll get on
I
it.
promise you've never done anything like this in your life. And
We'll have a great time.
Yeah. Be fun. No, thank you for having me, and really appreciate what you're doing to help out. Education wise in the hobby, which is again my passion, and obviously you're providing a very valuable service. So, not to get all serious on you guys, but yeah, no, thank you very much.
appreciate you. And we'll
Thank
talk
you.
soon.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
We are back. Thanks again to Enzo for taking the time to join the show. Louis, you have a new F1 buddy.
I do. Love it.
Excited
Thank God.
about that.
It's gonna be
Well, you
great.
have to be a car guy if your last name's Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
Or
I didn't know
Enzo.
you had to own 2 of them, but
Yeah, I don't think you were expecting that at all.
no, not at all. I was like, well, things are good, I guess. I'm gonna go in my 12-year-old Sierra. You want to race? Man.
To me, and I want to get your guys' recap and opinions too, but the number one thing to take away from that conversation, because I really believe that this is a huge misconception, is that you're totally covered with your homeowner's policy when you get to your cards. That I think
Yeah,
was very enlightening and probably will be shocking to a lot of people.
Terrifying.
Mhm.
Terrifying piece of truth there. My biggest takeaway from Mr. Ferrari is that he's the owner of his company and he is a huge card collector, and you're dealing with him when you insure your cards.
Yep.
I'm sold. I'm sold. That right there alone, that's you're skipping 4 people, right? Like you call Allstate 800 number. If you go into their brick and mortar, you're dealing with a rep and you're dealing with the owner here. And clearly from the interview, he's a very passionate man. And let's say he wasn't even passionate about hockey cards. He still knows so much about them. He knows that your Future Watch Auto Slab 10 Ovechkin, what that's actually worth,
Mhm.
right? Whereas the guy on the phone with cooperators was like, what, really? That card's worth $15,000? Like, yes, really? Like I have another one that's worth more. And so you have such I can't say the word well, familiarity when you're discussing things and your possible insurance plans you want to go with Enzo.
Mhm.
That to me is such a comforting and warm feeling right off the bat. So why not go kick some tires, see what things cost, and knowing that your cards are most likely not fully insured right now, even though you think they are, I think that's worth the phone call.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And like you said, having somebody behind you that knows what it is you have,
yeah.
that helps tremendously.
We did put the link to private collection insurance in the show description so you can check it out there. Again, right now it's only available to Canadians, but they have been working for a while because we've been chatting with them for a long time now about getting into the US. And hopefully, like you said, that happens by the end of the year. Phil, I think you're being super generous about even talking to a person. I can't contact a company without going through like 40 chat AI bots. Now,
Yeah.
like you're talking to Susan. It's like, Susan, you're a robot. I know you are. And then I'm really excited to kick off we're going to do that soon about getting your collection insured. I think
I
that's a
want
great way to.
I want to lean into that. I want to go down there. I don't want to do a FaceTime thing or a Zoom. I would love to drive to Toronto, bring bring my 50 biggest cards and a list of all my cards and film the process and go through it, maybe see what his office looks like. I think that would be great for a video, because I have accumulated quite amount of cards over the 30 years plus, and I'd like to protect them. So he's going to be my guy, and why not film the process? If that sounds good, give us some feedback. If you guys, I don't know, I think driving down there would be fun, and doing it in person would be great. It would feel more real and authentic to me that way.
Well, I think it will demystify the process for all.
Yeah.
Of it. And
That'd be
that's
good.
'cause I'm curious about what the process looks like too. Thank you
And
again, Enzo.
maybe he could give me the keys to the second Ferrari and we could race, and then he can finally know which one of his Ferraris is faster. I'll do that for you, Enzo.
Or he'll find out firsthand how good is Ferrari insurance
Coverages.
really.
Yeah, I'm a good driver. Never been in a machine like that before, but yeah.
Over under that he makes it 100 yards without wrapping it around a tree, Louis.
Don't say that. You want your boy Phil around.
He'll
They
be,
got air bags, right?
he'll be
Ferraris are
facing,
safe.
but he'll be facing a different direction in like 4 feet.
Yeah.
Anyways,
New product releases brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner Mint Ink. Mint Ink is the spot for everything you need in the hobby in Canada. They have it all. Their flagship Vaughan location in the GTA. From the latest hockey hobby boxes to singles, grading services, consignment, and breaks after dark, they've got you covered. Plus, their shop is basically an event center as well. Home of Rip Party 2 coming this fall in November during the Fall Expo. They do trade nights. They have kid collector days, and you can still get spots in the 3rd annual Mint Ink Golf Invitational this fall that will help support the Mackenzie Health Foundation. So Johnny and crew over there are very charitable as well, which I find very admirable.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should try to do good for your community when you can. So register for events on their website, mintink.ca. And then speaking of the website, you don't have to be in Toronto to get all your Mint Ink products. They have been authorized. They have been bequeathed by Upper Deck to ship the latest hockey releases anywhere in Canada. So at mintink.ca today. One of those products we can pre-order now or get this week is 2024-25 credentials, which comes out on Wednesday. Nice. I think this is a release we all kind of secretly like. Is that a good way to put it?
Yes. I like the dual ticket accesses. I like
They're
the
awesome
ticket style. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
If I had to describe Credentials as a brand, I would say it's built around autos and that debut ticket access rookie auto card. That's kind of the hallmark of the brand. There's no memorabilia in Credentials, which I think is okay.
Yes, very okay. Very okay. Very bold move, and I applaud it. It's awesome.
Until you said that, or I saw it, I was like, wow, no, yeah, you're right. There isn't any in there. And it never fazed me one bit. I never paid attention to it.
That's what Allure should be like.
It's good to have differentiation amongst brands, right? I want brand like, oh, this is a legend set, or this set is really known. I guess another way to, like, as I was trying to think of the hierarchy of hockey sets and where Credentials fits in that, it's kind of like I consider, if you look at like what are the sets that are known purely for autographs, at the top of that would be SP Authentic, right? Home of the Future Watch auto, the king of the rookie autographs. And would maybe be the high end rookie auto product, where Credentials is maybe that mid-tier, low to mid-tier alternative to that.
I think the cards are nicer than a Future Watch card. Let's be honest. Those ticket access cards. Have you ever seen a 1-of-1 Credentials auto? Oh my God. Beautiful cards. Gold, very royalty looking. Really nice.
Yeah, well, there's some little design tweaks this year that I'm going to be curious to see if you think elevated or you don't like so much. The one thing, though, and if you want to do the SBA comparison, Credentials does, I think, have better inserts than SBA. So there are some fun inserts. So I'd say it's Rookie Autos is like the core of this product, and then there's some. Let's
be honest with ourselves right now. Let's be very honest with ourselves. What is the SPA? It's the Future Watch set. That's it. It's not the Sign of the Time set. That's like the second best card you can get.
Yeah, right? Future Watch and Flop. That's and now that they took acetates out of it, and I would say too, not to be that guy, but I would have said before, like the Sign of the Times 4 or Sign of the Times 6 or 8, but now that there's stickers, it's like that got way less attractive to me.
Here's something that'll never happen that should. Get rid of SPA and put all those future watches in a different product. What's a product that's hurt? Put them in credentials. Put them in credentials. Get rid of SPA completely.
Or could you combine SPA and SP Game Used?
Sure.
Create a
Or
super
SP
product.
Game Use. There you go. Yeah. There's something there. Give us less, which gives us more. Right? More substance.
Confucius say, less is more.
Said a lot of things.
So we're going to go through the checklist right now. Reminder, everything we review is directly from the checklist site, hockeychecklist.com. The checklist is live now, so you can go. We're not going to go through every single set because that would take too long, but you can get all the information on the website. We'll just do the highlights today. So the base set for 24-25 credentials is broken down by veterans, debut ticket access, and then a horizontal variant of the debut ticket access card. Looking at the veterans quickly, there's 100 players on the checklist. I like the base design for veterans this year. Very nice.
It's a nice card.
Then there's a number of parallels. There's blue out of 99, pink out of 99, which if you're watching on YouTube, that's the McDavid pictured right now. Then there's a green out of 25, purple out of 20, gold out of 5, and black 101.
No 50.
What?
99, 50, 25, 5, no?
No, there's no 50.
No.
Then the base debut ticket access is the rookie set.
Oh,
This 2024-25, remember, so you have the rookies are Celebrini, Michkov, Hudson, that class. Another big plus for the set is that it's a 50-player checklist for rookies. Now we just had O-Pee-Chee Platinum, which is 100.
Mm-hmm.
The difference between 50 is 100 is 50 players you've never heard of. So I think it's much better to have a 50 rookie checklist versus the 100. The base cards are not autographed for debut ticket access. There's plenty of auto parallels we'll get to soon. The base are numbered out of 999, and the parallels include, we're showing a Frank Nazar base right now. There's blue out of 399, orange out of 199, pink out of 50, green out of 25, purple out of 10, gold out of 5, and black 101. A lot of foiling in the debut ticket access. Too much? Because what I've appreciated about this set is that the mixture of paper and foiling, but most of the cards typically have, especially where the auto is, and we'll get into that next, but
that's what I want to see, how the auto is presented. Is it a big white rectangle again?
Yeah. Okay. Before we do get into the autos, though, I did mention there's the horizontal variant of the debut ticket access. Base is 1 of 9 packs. Parallels include red out of 99. It's weird that it's the only one in the base set that has a red parallel.
Red.
Pink out of 25, purple out of 10, and black 101. Enough about the base, though. So let's get to the meat of credentials. The autos, especially the rookie autos, of course. Sorry. Before that, there are veterans. So really quickly, base autos for veterans have 45 players on the checklist, 1 in 32 overall. Again, the vets are really sharp. I know it's AM34, Phil, but these look great. 1 in 32 overall pack odds, 45 players on the checklist. There are short prints and super short prints. So it seems like Upper Deck's going that way with autos now. They're giving like a general overall pack odd and then listing players as SP or SSP. The super short prints for the veteran autos are Austin Matthews, Cale Makar, Leon Draisaitl, Kaprizov, Jack Hughes, McDavid, and Bedsy. And then there's purple parallels of the base autos too. Another sharp looking card. These are numbered out of 10.
Wow.
And black 101.
Yeah, big. Why did they do the purple out of 10? Someone at Upper Deck got hired recently that's liking purple in the last couple of years. It's come on, green and golds. Great card though.
Now to the rookie autos. So the base autos are out of 199 or 99. I think too much foil, Phil.
Yeah, that's all foil, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like
it's
my
trying to
autos
be an
on
O-Pee-Chee
cardboard.
Platinum auto, right?
Yeah, we don't want that.
guess.
I like my O-Pee-Chee Platinums non-autoed myself. That's a
What
nice
I've
card,
loved
though. I
about
really like it.
it is a nice card, but I love that the auto was on the white paper.
Yep, on the bottom there.
It was
On the
just too
bottom.
big of white. Maybe it should have been like a gray, a light gray. I love those designs. Yeah, I like this too. I want to hold it in hand. I'm not a
just
big
new.
foil only card. Yeah, it's new. It's new. Got to take it in.
Maybe a
Absorb.
month. Yeah, it is different, and we shouldn't react negatively, but it is a lot different, I think. The bigger rookies, so again, base are out of 99 or 199, and the bigger rookies, of course, would be the 99s. There's a number of colored parallels. So there's green out of 25. Here's another look at.
Oh,
That's
that is
sweet.
awesome. I love that card.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
big fan. Big fan.
Purple out of 10, Phil.
Of course it is.
Black 101. And then we have the horizontal variants too. So the base are out of 99 on the horizontals. Of this design, I might like the horizontal better, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
do.
look good in a top loader binder though, so I'm out. I like my vertical cards.
Yeah.
Do they have the dual autos? They were really nice last few years. The dual auto ticket access.
I
see it.
don't remember.
No.
If they make a horizontal top loader binder, are you going to start collecting them?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm all in, baby.
There's purple out of 15 parallels, black 101 too.
I'm just fighting the auto spot on these cards because, like last year's, there was such a sweet spot for the auto.
It was too
Like
big though. It was too much white. I found. You
Really?
didn't think so?
No,
I
I
like
didn't
that.
at
I
all.
like white.
I like how they set that card up perfectly for it.
I don't like when they have to change the surface of the card, and especially when it kind of like deaden the surface above the player. Where I think I'm in agreement with you, Louis, that it's just good idea, but didn't quite work out.
I agree. Yeah,
I
like
want
you
my
said-
I want my ink absorbed in the cardboard. And I just switched. My Brady Kachuk video did not come out, but it will, and I'm ranting and raving in that. I don't want a gel pen on top of some glossy paper. It's not lasting. I want the ink to absorb into the cardboard fiber. I have a Champs auto. Oh my, that's one of my favorite cards now because that auto is not gonna wither. You know.
Well, take last year's. You could have done this. I mean, the foiling is sweet on the top. You could have done that on the top of the card, but left the bottom the way it was. It look more like a ticket, if you will.
Yeah.
And
You-
then
you
have
see-
them sign it there. And then you wouldn't have to put in that or whatever you got to do there to deaden the foiling to make the auto stay on the card.
Maybe that isn't foil. Maybe that is cardboard. It's like kind of gradually, or do you think that's all foil?
I have
Josh, you
no
think
idea.
that's all foil? Eh?
I think it's all foil.
Yeah, okay. It'd be cool if it wasn't. If that middle part was cardboard, that'd be great. That's what I meant for last year. If they did a gray thingy like that, like just a light noise, I would have liked it more, kind of. We'll see.
We'll see. Again, 2 weeks from now, we might be singing a different tune on these.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get a box next Friday. This Friday with Phil, we're gonna have a
There you
box
go.
and we'll find out. There you go.
Very excited to talk about the inserts. There's some crazy ones in this set that I love. Are big
Provision?
swings. What?
Is it
Oh, yeah.
Provision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll get to
Okay. Good. Right. Fun.
The first one we got to talk about is arena giveaways, bobbleheads. So these are die cuts. And now with the number of inserts, this is kind of something, it's not new, but something Upper Deck has not done in sets in a while. And I want to discuss this point a little bit. So these are not numbered and there's no parallels, but they grouped players based on how the popularity of the player. And there's stated print runs. So there's a segment of the checklist that there's 750 were printed, then 250, and then like OV is like out of 100. Again, I shouldn't say out of 100 because it's not serial number, right?
Oh.
But on the checklist, it says only 100 were printed. So you kind of have to know that. And it makes me think of the, like, what is it? The like 95 or 96 select, like platinum mirror golds, right? Where everyone's like, I think the print run on those were 35. And then I don't know. I don't know how I feel
Officials
about
were
this because it's kind of cool to do something different, but does it create a lot of,
What's the
hopefully maybe
purpose? What's the purpose of them not numbering the card?
cheaper so you don't have to stamp it with the
Right.
serial number.
Well, if that's the only reason, then no, I don't like it. I want my
Well,
cards numbered.
I
That makes
like
me
this.
feel
I
unique.
think this is awesome.
Oh, you do?
Hmm.
I disagree. I don't like it at all.
I don't need a number on the card. I mean, I really don't even care. But hey,
I do.
yeah, this one's out of 100. There's only 100 of them.
I want to see it. No,
Everyone
I
has
wanna
to
see the
know.
number.
Everyone has to know that, and I think like what will wear that. It's not a zero. It's not a zero-sum game, Phil, or maybe it is a zero-sum game. I don't know what I'm saying. Well, what else is
I don't know that statement, how that works.
because you have to remember that these guys, like the product managers, like Billy or Party Time Pat or Tony, whoever makes, or Matthew, who makes the set, they get a budget, and that's so you get $100 to spend on I'm just making a number up, and then they have to choose where that goes to. So by them not spending the money to get it serial numbered means that they could spend money somewhere else on something that they thought maybe would enhance the set. It doesn't necessarily change your point. I just think that it's good context for
I'd spend the
people.
money in serial number. I'd spend the money in serial number it, or what I would do is not have any print runs and have these as Easter eggs, and then they'd be way more popular.
You'd
welcome,
rather,
Yeah,
okay,
and maybe
so-
this is where our checklist site over the long run could actually be of use, which would be nice. Is that when you go back to like when they did this a lot in the 90s, what makes it confusing is you get conflicting information, right? So there's a lot of hearsay that, well, I think these were printed out of 100. No, they were printed out of 60.
Well, problem in our hobby is the problem in our hobby is, especially with newer folks, they learn one piece of information, and if it was incorrect, they spread that 50 times. I see that with the blue lines on the Gretzky, the wire cut. There's a guy on Reddit. I've collected my whole life. I know the Wayne Gretzky were wire cut, and I've showed him the videos. I've sent him books. There's nothing I can do or say to show him that those Wayne Gretzky cards weren't wire cut. So sometimes you just can't convince some people. So I personally would have spent the money on serial numbering them, or just gotten rid of the 750 cards, which would have saved you way more money, and just kept them rare. Now that there's going to be 750 of these, I don't think they're going to be that special, even if you get the ones out of 100. I don't think. But if they were Easter eggs or just out of 100, I think they would have done really well. I could be wrong. Maybe everyone will love them.
So then Upper Deck just stop publishing or stop letting us know print runs then. There, that's done. And you can speculate forever again.
No, I don't. How many acetate cards are there?
I know.
We still need to know. Yeah, no, I don't want that.
I don't need to know. I don't care.
Well, I do. I want my cards numbered, and I want to know how rare they are, because it makes me feel better when I have something that's more rare and you don't have it.
Oh.
Well, being honest, we all think it. I'm one of the few that says it.
Provisions is back for both rookies and vets.
Jesus. That is not
very
that is not
Quinn Hughes.
That is not Quinn Hughes. I know people think that might be Quinn Hughes, but that's not Quinn Hughes.
So for rookies and vets, it's 1 in 300 pack odds. There's 9 players on the checklist. I'm going to give Upper Deck a lot of credit here because they took a risk and they didn't. So when you see a set like this and there's 9 players on the checklist, you think Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, Alexander,
Brady Tkachuk, I know.
Same 9 guys over and over again. They went different. So the 9 players are Brad Marchand, Logan Stankoven, Willie Nylander, Sasha Barkov, Patrick Kane, Evgeny Malkin, Evan Bouchard, Anze Kopitar, and brother Quinn Hughes.
Huh. Well, I'm not getting any this year. Well, it's good. Frees up money for my to look for Crosby provisions then.
I might need one.
Which one?
Coming up.
Oh, yeah, there's legends too. So there's 6 legends on the checklist. These are tougher odds, 1 in 600. And again, it's a little bit off the beaten path. It's Dominic Hasek, a lot of goalies. Cujo, Curtis Joseph, Al McInnes, Marty Brodeur, Trevor Linden.
Wow.
And Ron Hextall.
I like those last 2. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Get Hextall on there. Trevor Linden's going to be great. Fantastic.
There's no images on the next one, but we got to talk about it. So they did a Hawaiian print shirt card.
Oh, awesome. That's
10
gonna be
players
great.
on the checklist. Base are a stated print run out of 100, but not numbered, just like the bobbleheads. And,
Ooh.
I did mention this on the bobbleheads too. The bobbleheads is the same. Not only are they stated print run, no numbering, there's a parallel called Blue Back that is, again, not serial numbered, but has a stated print run of 25.
Why are they not? It can't be a money thing. It can't give you can't stamp 25 cards. Stamp. You've been notarized. Just get a notary machine, or it's not that. I think they're trying to be mysterious. Upper Deck does that mysterious thing and only tell them what they need to know and what they need to hear. No. I don't think it's a money thing. I think we're trying to be edgy here.
Well, they could have saved the money on this next card and put numbers on them. I'll say that for you.
Well, now we've talked about the Hawaiian print shirt card. It's not the only shirt card. There is a repetitive head shirt card as well.
What in the world is that shape?
How do I say a Billy card without saying a Billy card?
So that's a bunch of heads on a card that looks like one big head?
That's a t-shirt.
It's a t-shirt.
Oh! Okay. Yeah, I see it now. It's a weird... Okay.
And the logo's too low.
10 players on the checklist. All have a stated print run of 250, but are not numbered. These have the blue back parallel, again, with the stated print run of 25, but are not numbered. And sorry, Phil, no Brady T's. So
yeah, that's good. I'm happy. I'm happy. This
is where your serial numbered budget went.
I don't have much to say about this. I do like how Upper Deck tries new things.
Yeah.
And they're very bold in doing so. And congratulations. You have my utmost respect for that. Not that anyone cares, but
here's why I'm cool with this. I think a set like Credential is the perfect spot to get weird with inserts and try crazy stuff.
I agree. They got weird.
That 9 out of 10 are going to crash and burn hard.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's how you find gems, and that's great. So, okay.
And who knows? We might be in the minority, and this may be the new Hobby Grail.
And this is die cut.
Yeah, like that.
Very flesh tony, eh?
Yeah,
I guess. One more insert we'll talk about is That's a Hattie. It's one of the common inserts. I picked it because Kaprizov's on it. It's 15 players on the checklist. Features players who have, of course, scored a hat trick, which Real Phil educated us on our last show that it has its roots in cricket, the term hat trick.
Yeah.
There are a couple of parallels. They are serial numbered. So there's a red out of 149 and a green out of 49.
Like this card. I like it.
I do too. There's a redemption in Credentials that's kind of interesting. Another good talker. So you can get a redemption for a signed jersey, a full-size jersey. There's 4 players, Laffy, Connie McDavie, Nick Suzuki, and Shane Wright.
Cool.
Do you guys like that? Do you like redemptions for stuff other than hockey cards? And
that'd be neat.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'd sell the jersey fast, but that'd be cool. If I pulled a card like that, wicked. I hope I can get it at the expo or something,
Just hope you don't get the Shane Wright.
I don't mind. I think Shane Wright will be good. I think he'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lastly, there's also a number of updates. You have updates from 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. So look out for those autos in your box. Here's what to expect in 24-25 Credentials if you're like Phil, and you're going to pick up a couple of hobby boxes. 8 packs per box, 6 cards per pack, 1 auto. You get that hard signed debut ticket access auto. 3 to 4 serial number parallels, 4 inserts, and multiple rookie cards. Pre-orders are available at Mint Inc. and mintinc.ca. 165 CAD. That's not a bad value for hard auto box. I like that. And pre-sales in the US are going for about 125 USD, which is basically the currency conversion rate. So what are big picture takeaways from that preview?
they're putting a lot of work into making this set more refined and better, and you can tell they're putting in some good work hours to try and make this set work. And I big time respect that. I'm excited to buy a new box. I'm excited to see if I like the more foiled cards.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. This is what collecting's about. Let's see if we like it.
What about you, Louis? Are you looking forward to this?
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm kind of, I don't know, depressed. Might shed a tear a little bit because I really loved how the debut access ticket cards have been. And I don't know. I got to see this one. Maybe
I really
I'll
want
warm
a
up to it.
Kaprizov. That's the one rookie auto I would love. I would love to have is the debut ticket access.
See, yeah, like sets like Allure and what set are we talking about here? Credentials. When it's those kind of sets that where I like the inserts more, having rookie cards or special cards of people doesn't interest me that much. Like I would never need a rookie card of I don't know, Jake Sanderson for Credentials. I could care less. I want a nice looking insert from Jake Sanderson, but I want a seismic gold rookie. Like O-Pee-Chee Platinum is more of a rookie set for me and an insert set. That's why it's one of my favorite sets. Credentials isn't a iconic rookie card. I'm always every year that comes out, I really want to see what inserts I like for my top loader binder. It's not a big I mean, we know, come on, I have a Connor McDavid Connor Bedard limited ticket access out of 10 auto rookie card. Yeah, no one cares, dude. Sorry. Like no one's gonna care today, and no one cares in 10 years. They don't. They probably don't.
I saw one I saw one yesterday that's packed up to go to Slab Sharks.
Yeah, so okay, like I'm not trying to trash it. It doesn't have the power that a FWAP does. It doesn't have the power a seismic gold does.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
But it's right in my wheelhouse.
There you go.
One thing I would love them to change about this set, and it's a minor thing, but actually a minor change, but I think could have a big impact, is after a few years now, people really love these Provision cards.
Yeah.
At 1 in 300 packs and 1 in 600 packs, I think they're too common. I would love for these cards to be a tougher chase, to give people that real big hit in a box of
people don't sell it much though, man. I'm trying to buy the Crosby. It's a few $100 every time I look for it. You know, are the odds the same in the older sets? 300 and 600?
Not sure. You never took a bet.
No, not so much of a checklist guy. You are.
I'm an amateur.
I'm an amateur.
Well, we are because our site doesn't make any money.
It will. We're doing good. We're doing good.
You've got a big job today on Mailbag, Phil.
Yeah? Is there lots?
First of all, I made Louis' job a nightmare by mucking up all the photos, but we got a lot of awesome questions. So we do. Been sweating in here, so I'm happy for you to take over.
Take a break. let Big Philly take over here. Here we go. Gongshow Mailbag. Welcome, everybody. All right, first question. Let's get her going. Discord, Mohawks. Hey, boys. Looking into getting started with some ultimate holders. Never having anything like those got me wondering, do you just put the cards in raw or do you still use penny sleeves first? What is your preference or some pros and cons? Josh.
It's not a planted question.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it. No need for penny sleeves with ultimate holders. That's what I found.
That is the only answer you need to know. So I hope that answered your question, Mohawks. It's a big no. You don't need a penny sleeve. Second question, Instagram, Ashtray McMuffin. How will the prices of CHL cards be affected by guys leaving the CHL to play in the NCAA next year? Signed, Skeptical CHL exclusives out of 100 set chaser. I'll tackle this first. The more patience you have with CHL cards, whatever of those cards, the cheaper everything will be. And that is my advice to you. So the longer you wait, the cheaper they are. I don't think the cards will be affected in any way, shape, or form. My opinion. You boys, what do you think, Louis?
I got nothing. I have no idea. You would.
Okay.
I would say you would think.
Opinions are good. Yeah. They're like our buttholes. Everyone's got one.
Some people have two, like you, Phil.
I don't know.
That's private information.
I'm not even.
What do you think, Josh? Do you think the cards will be affected?
I think the only certainties in life are death, taxes, and that CHL values go in the pooper once the player hits the NHL.
Mhm.
All right, well, that's the meanest response.
No, but
Josh,
no,
we've
no,
ever
it's not.
given
It's
anybody.
not mean. It's a gift to save people. I think they're awesome to collect, especially if I lived in one of your like towns where you had a team. And I think that CHL products are collector sets. They're not investor sets. And I think
Yeah, no,
people
not at all.
try to now. That doesn't mean you can't make a little money trading Michael Misa cards right now prior to him, but you better be out of that business by the time the season starts.
Mhm. I
Yeah,
agree.
we saw that. Listen, I'll say it again. We saw it 2 weeks ago on a Thursday night auction. We saw a Connor McDavid auto World Junior C8 or sorry, a CHL card, not a World Junior card. It went for like 60, 70, under $100. It was a sticker auto. Okay. Then we saw Gavin McKenna, a CHL card. It went for like $400 in the same auction. It's the information is right in front of you. Anyways, you'll be good, Ashtray. I think I love what you're doing too, brother. I don't know anybody else that's doing that, so that's awesome, man.
Well, it's
next question.
One other thing. Sorry, Phil.
No,
It's
no,
a
good,
supply
yeah.
and demand thing. When you have great demand for a player and there's little to no supply, it will dramatically increase the value of the little supply that exists.
Mm.
Right. And that's what the CHL cards are when you have these Gavin McKenna's and Michael Misa's or Matthew Schaefer's, whoever people are really excited about.
Okay, good answer.
Agreed.
Next question. Isles Collector. Can each of you choose and show your Mount Rushmore of hockey cards based on whatever criteria you choose? It's tough narrowing it down to 4, but that's the whole point. Postscript. Phil, I'm headed to your homeland of Greece today. I tried to learn some basic phrases, and man, are they tough. Yeah, it's hard, man. Like I said, I knew Greek before I knew English, and if I bump into a relative now, I get a headache real quick, real fast, because they speak too quick. I have to have him slow it down. I've forgotten a lot. I wouldn't even say I'm bilingual anymore. I've forgotten so much Greek. I mean, I can get by, don't get me wrong, but it's difficult. And for my Mount Rushmore of hockey cards, no, I'm not going to be doing that right now because that would be crazy.
Right.
I think Josh can take over from here. Yeah, go ahead.
This is one of those. I'm glad you asked the question. It's a great
Mhm.
segment idea, and that we could all do soon. But it's probably at least an hour's worth of work for all of us, each of us, and so it's a
I'll
better
talk
segment.
for an hour. I will. If you give me my box of my hockey cards, pick a ball. I'll just talk for hours and hours and hours. So you don't want that right now.
Or
But it's a great question, and we will hit it. We will hit it coming up. I promise. All right. Next question. Discord. Swift Oger. Hey, boys. I can't remember if you answered this recently, but if you could take one existing insert from Topps or Panini and have Upper Deck use it in hockey, what would it be? I thought I answered this. I did, but I will answer it. So Helix, Anime, Downtown, Kaboom, Color Blast, Timeless Moments, etc., etc. Louis, do you have, I know my answer in my head, but do you have one?
no.
Joshy Poo?
I think Panini Prism is what I know it's a parallel, but that's what I would love to see. And this is where I have to be honest. It's like I'm so tunnel vision into hockey cards. Like I of course know what color blasts are and kabooms, but all these like newfangled like manga and I don't know what those are. I don't know what Timeless Moments is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you
I
go.
don't know.
Mine is easy answer to anything from 2001 to for the next 3 years. Topps Chrome. Love those cards. Those 3 years of Topps Chrome. Mwah, beautiful cards. I wish. Well, you can't really like if Upper Deck took it. I guess it would be Upper Deck Chrome, and I would love that, but that's not going to happen. So
Okay.
that's
well,
my
if
answer.
we're going with like a regular card, yeah, I do Topps Chrome. I was trying to think of inserts, but
Yeah, I just
Fair enough.
Well, I went general. All right, next question. JT Hockey. Some of the biggest hits in Marvel and DC products seem to be sketch cards. Do you think Upper Deck should pursue something like this for hockey cards? I'm sure there's trepidation after the Art of Hockey Menon Rayom card, but there's also awesome. I'm sure there's also awesome examples like this that would be crazy awesome to pull from a pack. My brain goes immediately to the old score. It's not hockey, but baseball cards, the big heads. I love those cards, and I would love Hockey to Upper Deck to do something like that. The Fanimations are kind of like that. So I think they have some sketch cards. The renditions, I mean, it's a little Photoshop filtery, but what do you guys think?
Well, the Fanimation is their sketch card, correct?
Yeah, they could have more sketch cards. Yeah. Like different styles. Fanimations is comic booky, kinda. They could have like a serious one, dark. Louis, what do you think?
I don't think this picture scares me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very. This is a horror movie right
Yeah.
here. This card, I don't.
And she's so pretty. They did her so wrong. They did her
He
dirty.
did her dirt. She should have sued for a lot.
Maybe the artist is her ex-boyfriend. Mano, if you're listening to this, I will egg his house for you. I will do that for you. Anyway.
I think that I wouldn't mind seeing more sketch cards, but sketch cards are not my bag. So it would have to kind of knock my socks off to get me bought in.
Oh crap. I answered this. I'm sorry. So the Topps Chrome cards, I answered the wrong question. Topps Skate digital cards, I would also like Upper Deck to steal. I answered in the next question. Yeah, Topps digital skates. They have some really nice cards, but that's like cheating because you don't have to print those cards. So I wouldn't even know how you would do those cards. Phil, you're silly. All right, next question. All right. Foley 48.
Oof.
With Sportsnet's great start. With Sportsnet's grotesque increase of $75 in beaver bucks in the yearly subscription fee for Sportsnet Plus, what other legal options are there for watching hockey in Canada for somebody like me who, 1, does not have cable or TV service, and 2, works a lot of evenings and nights, so watches a lot of games on demand replay? From my understanding, there is no alternative for my situation. Anyway, I watch all 82 Bruin games every year. I also watch a lot of other games throughout the year, so my value for my money is not as much of a concern for me as a lot of other subscribers. However, with the NHL wanting to grow the sport, allegedly, and the massive backlash online, is there any possibility the league steps in here? Could it, even if it wanted to? I'll hit this because I'm a Canadian.
Yeah, what's the cost of it right now?
$350
$350
a
plus
year.
tax.
Oh, a year?
And it was $180 last year.
Oh, wait. For a year. All right.
With blackout games. With blackout games.
I don't have anything else to give you then because you're already
You got it.
a
Well,
lot
you live in a different country for that. Rogers is a bit of a monopoly up here. I don't have okay, so Foley 48 right off the bat, I can't really help you because you said what other legal options are there? I find legality is a good suggestion, like a stop sign. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'll probably take it most days. So if you want to message me privately, that's fine. I can help you out without that if you can get rid of that. Like the rest of Canada, which is what we're all doing, I'm pretty sure, because I had a lot of straight edge friends call me and say, what's that website again? Second of all, do I think the league will step in? Absolutely not. They're the ones who took the $12 billion from Rogers without even really putting that bid out for other people to bid on it. So, I don't know too much about that situation, but I do not think the NHL will step in. I hope they do. I don't see why they would. What, rich people are going to tell other rich people to stop getting rich? Come on. So the way I see it too, if Twitter is full of people right now, I love this part of our society where they announce the thing that they're doing, but they probably won't. So there's a lot of people canceling. They're showing the man that they're canceling their Sportsnet subscription. Yeah, they're probably A, resubscribing right after their Twitter post, or B, probably going to go to a website that's a lot cheaper. And C, Sportsnet Plus could lose half of their audience almost, or no, like 40%, and they'll make the same money as they did last year. So I think if they only have like 10 to 20% people cancel, they're still going to make more money. Do the math. They've increased the price so much in 16, 18 months. They figured it out, man. We're the ones suffering. They're the ones winning. So yeah, that's my answer. Sorry, man. Just sucks for everybody, Foley. We don't have many options up here up north. All right, next question. Monty.
Wait, can I just state really quickly that I could
sure.
sit all day and listen to Phil answer questions that ask for
legality.
process. Yeah. I found that watching you squirm could be.
I'm trying to be careful.
I know. Thank
I'm
you.
trying to-
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm trying to be careful.
It's fun. It's fun when you try to be careful. Is that bad?
Okay, great. Yeah, well, my heart rate says otherwise. Okay, so Discord, Monty. Hey, boys, if you had to pick a handful of cards to track the overall health of the hobby, which would you pick? Put another way, which card prices are the best indicator for whether the hobby is gaining or losing value as a whole? Louis, how would you like to answer that?
I'll just say checking which card prices are best indicator isn't probably the best way to go about it. Because I was going to say what Josh said, so I'll let him finish.
Nope, I'm going to talk first.
Oh, okay.
So this is a Josh question, and this is a good example, Monty. I completely rely on my friends' little silos of expertise because it's a good substitute for my laziness, or if I don't feel like learning anything about that subject. So things like your question, it's a Josh question. So Louis and I will throw it to Josh. Go ahead, buddy.
Monty, Phil is not the learned type.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I am not. I'm okay with that.
You got to start with listening.
Yeah.
Learning requires listening, Philly boy.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Okay. There's a couple of things we can say here. First of all, we actually have done this. We probably should mention it more, but I feel like we mention stuff constantly anyways. We have the Gongshow 100 index and card ladder.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Spent 6 months trying to identify the exact 100 cards. It's kind of in the tank right now, the index. So yay. But I think though the better overall way is measuring the macro and not the micro, because there's so many things that can affect an individual card that has nothing to do with the health of the hobby. When Troy bought a Kaprizov Young Guns PSA 10, there was a pandemic going on. The pop count was like 400 and now it's 7,000. And so the value's gone way down, but it hasn't gone way down because there's so much less interest in the hobby, or Kaprizov is a terrible player, right? So it makes it not a good indicator of health. But indexes, though, can be one point of information. I think, though, the better way to do it is where the hobby seems to be going and looking at the aggregate sales. So we talked about a couple shows ago, last month, Card Ladder reported that June was a record month with like 305 million total spent on trading cards and like 5.2 million trading cards sold, right? So again, I think that's another great data point. And then there's some maybe more anecdotal ones, like, do you go to your weekly or monthly card show in your town and is it full of people? Are people doing deals left and right? To me, those are like when we go to the expo, that's one of the key things both times of the year that I'm really curious about, and I'm hopeful. You want to see tons of people wheeling and dealing because that makes me feel good that the hobby's in a good place.
Great answer. Very in depth. I hope that helped you out, Monty. All right, next question. Strida. Hey, boys. Do you think that the PWHL ePack cards selling out inside of one day bodes well for the future PWHL sets? I can imagine some of those cards really popping off based on the upcoming Winter Olympics. Louis, what do you think?
For now, yes.
I personally, Strider, I'm in a wait and see mode for the PWHL. I'm in a wait and see for the hobby mode. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Josh?
I feel like I can boil this down to one instance does not a trend make. So we have this original set that's gone gangbusters. We need to see this follow-up and what happens there. I'm hopeful that there will be tons of interest, but it's hard for me to predict at this point because there are reasons we've already talked about in the show that are circumstantial as to why, first of all, there's interest overall, which is a good thing, but the fact that the product was very short printed and the boxes are loaded are, circumstantial things that could maybe make this inaugural version more popular than subsequent.
I'll tell you right now, once people realized that it was a short printed set, I'd say at least a third of all sales were savvy opportunists on that one. Right off
Probably.
the bat. Right off the bat. So take that information as you will. All right, next question. Blue chips. Just went back and sorry, Monty again. Apologies. What makes a patch more desirable for you? Color, pattern, texture, thickness, scent? Directed at me. And well, I mean, if a patch smells like cinnamon, I'm buying it. I don't care. And how much does the patch quality change your valuation on a card?
Wait. Do cinnamon patches come from the ballet or what?
Oh, I would love to. That would be amazing. Well, you got to be careful.
Stop.
There's it's a full spectrum there. You know, there's not too much in the middle. It's either a mate.
I'm pulling the emergency brake on the train right now.
Okay. Well, I'll do. All right. So I think colors make it for me personally, my collection. I like a good multicolored patch. I'm a Sens fan, so I'm pretty blessed and I'm very grateful that my Sens have beautiful patches. Their shoulder patches alone are top tier. So I like multiple colors in my Sens patch cards. And just in general, how the card makes me feel. If the card is enticing and attractive to me, I'll buy it. Doesn't have to have. I like a chunky patch too. So it's a personal thing. Louis, what about you?
Yeah. Gotta have more than one for me. But yes, it's all about the colors. And some teams you got to be okay with 2 colors if you get a 2-color one, because that's all they got. But
yeah,
mine I chase have multiples, so I'm okay with it.
Josh?
Color, I think, is super important. 3 colors seems to be sort of the magic dividing line. And I think people love to disagree with me on this, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think that this, like, you look at Toronto, number one, I think their jerseys are amazing. Like, they're really nice jerseys, but they don't translate well because of how huge the maple leaf is on it, and that it's 2 colors to RPAs. Like, a lot of the Matthews Cup RPAs, I think, are boring patches. And if the Maple Leafs had a 3-color patch like Montreal, it would be more of an advantage. So again, I'm not dissing the Maple Leafs jersey. I think it's
no. We heard you loud and clear, buddy. We heard you loud and clear. They need a nice.
Am I wrong there though? That I mean, in all your
no.
objectiveness, that it hurts a little bit from just the hobby lens. That it's only a two color patch.
Detroit is 2-color, but there's the logo itself is awesome. So there's
so
a lot
much
of
going on.
So, there's a lot of noise. So you can snip that pretty well. Toronto, the blue team needs a nice shoulder patch. They need, then you could add little accents of color on a shoulder patch. That's where it would be.
Well
good.
said.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Blue chips. Just went back and listened to the 90s insert masterclass. Holy moly. Have you guys picked up any of the inserts talked about? Well, only one of those guys is still here. If so, which ones are your favorites? So I had to go back today and listen to Troy and you again, unless we did one and I forgot about it. But there's very few 90s inserts I don't like. It'd be easier for me to make a list of the ones I do not appreciate. And I didn't make that list for you, but I kind of like all of them. I'm a huge fan. So a masterclass of that, I can't get into that now.
Yeah, I need to go back and listen, but I'm sure there's not many that I don't like.
Well,
I like every card the boys mentioned, so I stopped writing. I was like, what's the point?
Frank did his top 5, and they're all really spendy. Like the run for the cup, from as a 96 upper deck or black diamond, and so I don't own. I don't think any of his top 5, but I love the atomic refractors from Bowman's Bast, those sort of cards. It's a total treasure trove, and Frank did an amazing job on that masterclass, and it was from a long time ago, but go back and check it out if you haven't heard it.
Yeah, it's timeless. It's the 90s are staying put. They didn't change. So it's an excellent read. Take a listen. Mirror Golds are just probably my absolute all-time favorite. So I'll throw that out there. All right, next question. Sebi 25. Are sales becoming more consistent year-round than they used to be? The beginning of the season and playoffs were always the peak times, but looking at these weekly auctions, it seems like any time is a good time to sell. It's a Josh question, and I would agree with you. I think the hobby is alive pretty good all year round. I feel the same way, so I have the same question for Josh.
I think the off season in general is getting shorter. And I don't know if there's a way to measure to get like exact. Well, there probably is. It would just take time, and you'd have to be smarter than I am. But I do remember, like, when the first summer we did our show, we were measuring what we felt was a very distinct off season. And then I was all geared up to do it again in summer 2, and it didn't happen. And then I don't think it's happened this summer either. So I don't really know the answer to that. But I think it's more probably circumstantial with specific players. But there are players that you probably could target this summer and get good. Austin Matthews if you're an Austin Matthews fan, he had a down year, injury or not, wherever you assign the blame. But I think you can get some good values there. Jack Hughes, who was injured for the last half of last year, even McDavid, who wasn't able to win the cup. And so I do believe there are deals to be out there. Can you say as cleanly as that there's a 20% dip? I don't know if you can.
And hockey, everything got smaller and shorter, right? Like all the guys I follow on YouTube for hockey takes and they're all making videos just as much as they did during the year. So my hockey excitement boner is always semi. I don't know what else to say. I'm always excited for hockey coming through. It's fantastic. And the summer is quick.
I need to pause so Louis and I can throw up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to hold it in.
Apologies, but I hope you got my point. Hockey is just around the corner, and it just finished. I'm very excited. I feel like our hobby is following suit. Next question. Discord. Base card Tom C. Tom, you should aim a bit higher. You should come on, like red prism Tom C. I don't know. It's funny. Really important question here for the mailbag. Does Fake Phil do birthday parties? Willing to compensate for sheet cake and orange dazzlers? Yes, he does, and I will invoice you accordingly, base card Tom C.
You have nothing to do with Fake Phil, and you never will.
He is a representation of my likeness, and that is royalties to me. Thank you.
Or are you going back to the metaverse? Are you a representation of his likeness?
Who knows? I know. Maybe some robots just feeding off my human juices on a different planet. Who knows? All right. Instagram. It's freaking Polly. When the out of $2.99 tier for Discord gets full, can we add a Future Watch tier out of $9.99 for the Lonely Men's Club? Inquiring minds want to know. Louis, what do you think?
Not a bad idea. Man, that would be a long one, though.
There you go. I think it's a good idea. Josh, what do you think?
I'm on board.
Yeah, we like it. We like it, Polly.
One less decision I have to make, so I'm happy.
Right. Done.
We got a long way to go. We're very grateful and beyond flattered for every single person in there. And the fact that it would hit $2.99 is amazing and beyond flattering. So good problem to have. Next question. Instagram. French Canadian hockey cards. Stop buying them all. If I send a card to PSA for a simple authentication, can they still give me an upcharge? I have no idea. Neither does Louis, but Josh knows.
Well, Josh answered it.
Yeah. I reached out to Brad Hartland. I didn't answer it because I didn't know the answer. So Brad said, yes, you can be upcharged if just authenticated.
You want to get a little closer to your mic there. Like my mic was too loud. There you go. Well, not that close. Let's get... Okay, hold on.
Hey, Phil.
Next card.
Hey, Phil.
Oh,
It's Josh.
creepy.
Phil, can you hear me? Yeah, I talked to Brad Hartland, and he said that you can totally be upcharged even if it's authenticated.
Next question. Instagram. Puckin' cards. If you could design a card that talks when you press a button, who would be on it and what would they say? Well, the possibilities are pretty incredible. My brain goes immediately to TCG anime cards, and I'll leave it at that.
Why did it go to TCG?
I don't even know what that is.
Trading card games? Anime cards?
You couldn't
You
think
think I
of a
want
hockey card?
dude? You think I want? Oh, okay. Hey, Phil, thanks for buying my hockey card. No problem, Sidney Crosby. Or, oh my goodness, Phil, you're the best. I love you. Yeah, I'm buying that card. What are you crazy? What a bunch of good-looking cartoons telling me I'm amazing. Yeah, you guys can have your hockey cards all you want.
I didn't. Yeah, okay, I wasn't thinking the card had to say something specifically to me. Like, God,
Oh,
you're
I
good.
do. I do. That's how I think. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I
what do you
thought
think, Louis?
I thought of like a Torts coach card that
Oh,
would
that'd be fun.
give some stupid reply. Well, a funny Torts reply to a stupid question, like a presser one.
Yeah,
You know, with all of his good old expletives, that'd be fun.
I'd still rather Sailor Moon cards. You, Josh?
I'd have fake Phil insulting your card.
Ah, Jesus. You write that in there? Oh, you did.
Okay.
Anyways, Kate, next question. Puck Passport. Paul Correa made his commentating debut on the Mighty Ducks D3. After his stellar in-between period review with Josh, why do you think he never pursued a career in broadcasting after his career was over? On a serious note, I sent my first submission to Slab Sharks via Farmington, Minnesota. Such a smooth process, and I will definitely use it again. Appreciate everything you do, Phil. Oh, thanks, man. Okay. Well, Mighty Ducks, the Mighty Ducks D3 movie came out in 1996. He had his major brain injury in 2003. He wants nothing to do with hockey anymore after the brain injury, concussion. I would say your answer lies somewhere in that.
Hmm.
Do you guys agree, disagree?
Good
Have a different
answer.
take? Yeah.
Good answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on the Paul Correa state of the. I know the broad brushstrokes like you just painted,
Yeah.
but I don't have.
He's
more
just not
insight than
feeling
that.
it. He I agree. I would love to have him involved in the game, broadcasting in any way, shape, or form. But you got to respect his wishes. He just kind of wants to be left alone, I think. All right, next question. Ryan Moss. What's a 24-25 or 25-26 product that hasn't come out yet that you're most excited about? Boys?
Stature.
Yeah.
Stature.
Josh says stature as well. I'm always excited for some weird ePack achievement that I want and usually overspend on. I'm also curious to see stature. I won't be buying any boxes, but I know a lot of my friends will. And I'm going to be very curious to see their reactions for this year. All right. Next question, Brian Kling. How many questions are there? Holy moly. Oh my God, there's so many more. Okay, here we go. There's like 5 more. Brian Kling. Confirmed by Therapy question. If I pay for my card and I make an offer that was accepted, and then 24 hours later, the seller refunds me and cancels the order, is that a confirmed sale? That's a great question. I have no idea.
I don't think Terapeak is foolproof, and I don't exactly know like how the mechanic. I think eventually it comes off of Terapeak. I don't think it does right away. I could be wrong there. Maybe somebody can chime in on the comments and get the more specific answer. But to me, the key point is it's not an absolute, but it's way better than eBay sales history, which reports completed listings that were never paid for as sales. It's a
Never
huge
a
step in
sale.
the right direction.
All right. Next question. Hope that helped, Brian. Next question. D. Filippo Mark. Can you talk about proper shipping etiquette for slabs through the mail? Cardboard to protect corners is a must. I guess it's a question with a statement.
Well,
Yeah, Louis, what do you think?
that works too. You know, if you're going to cut pieces of cardboard bigger than the slab, and then tape the 4 sides like you would ship a card to somebody, and then drop it in a bubble mailer or a box with more bubble wrap on it around it. I mean, there's really not a right answer. There's multiple ways to do it. Just if you're gonna, I would always start with protecting the card first, and then do something bigger than the card, and not let it move. So whatever you're protecting it with takes any brunt of a hit, and not the card. And from there, something that make sure it doesn't move around in the box or the package.
Louis is our shipping expert. So, Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not a shipping expert. I just wrap the crap out of it and overdo it and probably annoy people that are opening it.
And get charged another $5 because it weighs 10 pounds more.
Yes.
Mark, I would that old cliche saying of treat people's things how you would like your things treated would apply here. So when you open up your mail and you get a card, How would you like it wrapped up? That's how I would wrap it myself. All right, next question. Instagram. Okay, Mama 2021. Do you prefer canvases or dazzlers? I'll go first. I'm not a smart man, but I'm an honest man. Dazzlers. I'm embarrassed, but I said it.
Are you a man?
Louis?
What? No, I like Dazzlers. I really like the Dazzlers cards. I've always have. Canvases are good, but the way I picked for sure which way I was going is I have a lot more Dazzlers than I do Canvas. So
Yeah, there you go. Josh?
Dazzlers.
Wow.
Oh.
3 of us all picked the same. That's awesome. And we're all going to get made fun of now. Okay, so Instagram. The one goat 16. Thoughts on the 2 Ovechkin Cup true RPAs on Golden? How much better is one than the other? I think we all agreed again.
Yes.
I don't even care if the one on, well, for you people out there listening, we're showing a PSA 8 and a 9 on the screen. The 9 has a great patch. The 8 just has a napkin patch. I'd probably still take the 8 if the patches were switched. That's why I chose that one.
Oh, yeah, I would take it in.
Otherwise,
if one of those was a PSA 10 and the patch, if the napkin patch, swatch, whatever, was a PSA 10 graded card, and that was a raw or PSA 7 with the patch with the color, I would take the PSA 7 in a heartbeat. That 10 means nothing to me for what this card means.
Right. Yep.
So I think neither of us care none of us do between the 9 and the 8 grade.
No.
The patch, we're all universally in agreement in. Let me ask the tougher question. Which is the better auto?
I still like the one on the 9. I like the longer, even though his auto on the 8 is more consistent with how he autographs. I like the autograph on the 9 better. You don't see it too often, that spread out.
Agreed.
All right. Thank you for your answer.
Welcome. Next question. Bueller. Okay. Ed Lister. Do you guys remember the 2012-13 The Cup Evolutions video cards, and do you think they should bring them back? I'll go first. No, they shouldn't. And I'll explain why. I do love the attempt. It makes sense. We probably even have crazier technology today ready to come out with our cards. But I think once you start messing digital with our cardboard, there's something in our bloodstreams that says no. The hobby is just like, no, stop it. Cool, but it's probably not going to stop. It's wrong and it doesn't feel right. I think something of gargantuan proportions would need to happen that the hobby would need to get behind universally. Like if you had a card where you pressed a button and it showed like 60 minutes in 4K video on your wall of a goal scored and the battery never, ever ran out and the card felt the same weight. Like it has to be a revolutionary type of technology where everything still feels like a card. I think that's the only way that you can introduce anything new in our hobby. NFTs, digital cards, like you just said with the evolutions. I don't know. That's my take.
What if a hologram came out of your card and said, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope."
As long as you don't feel a battery in there, as long as you don't feel the gimmick in the gimmick, I think it would take off. Okay. But do we have power cells that never run out of energy? I don't think so. Not yet, anyways. So, all right, next question. Discord. Crosby's card donations. Which current players have the best autos? Josh?
Sid.
Louis?
Sid.
I agree with Sidney Crosby and pretty much any player that came into the league before COVID. COVID made our children different.
Well, can I explain why I said I think it comes down to 2 things: care and consistency.
It's
the society, the way it's going. That's what it is. It's how you were brought up, right? Like I didn't teach my son to cursive writing. I thought he'd learn it in school, but he didn't. So now he doesn't know it. You should see his autograph. He prints. All right. Second last question. Okay, Mama 2021. Have any of you ever owned a Wayne Gretzky rookie card? Josh?
No, I had every intention to at the Spring Expo. And I was going to use all my money to buy one card. That was my pre-plan coming in. And then I saw the 2014 Platinum Crosby Seismic Gold PSA 10. And I spent about half of my budget on that. And my Gretzky dream died right there. But I'm actually as iconic as the Gretzky rookie is, you can get one at any point. And I'm happy that I pulled the trigger on the Crosby Seismic Gold because I might not ever get the opportunity again to buy that card.
Yep,
And
you
at
did
that
good.
price, you got it
Yeah.
you basically got $1,000 off. Easy.
Because I'm so good looking. I got a good
Yeah,
looking
anyways.
defense.
Louis, what do you think?
I don't think I know, and I know it's no.
You
I've
sure?
never
You might
owned-
not. You might have one in the closet back there. You don't know. All right, that's a no.
I know.
I have owned Wayne Gretzky rookie cards, and I still do. Yes, they're not nothing special, but they're rookies and they're Wayners. Next question, Discord. Cracking some cards. If you were able to have the cup just for one day, what would you do with it? Louis, what would you do?
I'd have a massive hockey card get together, a little show and tell, and a trade night, and watching hockey, and have the cup there just with us as a beautiful backdrop, and then probably drink out of it.
Ooh, Josh, what would you do?
Well, it kind of depends. Would I get it before you or after you, Phil? Because if I got it after
I get it
you,
first. I
would
get
have
it
it
first.
disinfected for the first half of the day.
Probably a good idea.
And then I couldn't think of I sat for like 5 minutes and was mad at myself and felt more pathetic than normal because I couldn't think of I'd probably eat cereal out of it and do something cheesy that everyone else does.
Wow.
I would do probably the same thing Louis did, but I'd start at 8 a.m. with an
Mhm.
omelet station. I'd also have a lunch buffet being prepared. We would have live bands, a hot tub. I'd share it with my hometown. Everybody's invited. Don't be an idiot or probably going to get smashed. And food's free. Drinks are free. Everybody have fun. And let's party with Stanley. And I'd want everybody and anybody in my hometown to come and to get a picture with it and enjoy it. That greatest trophy of all time. Yeah. I'd have just big party. All right. Well, that's it. Josh,
Yeah, you did
You're
well.
up. thanks.
You
boys.
done good, Phil. You done good.
Done good. Thanks.
Personal Pickups is brought to you by Pather, and all of our cards are featured safely and clearly and protected in Pather Ultimate holders. I promise, I try to promise, I hope we won't go completely off the rails and fanboy again like we tend to do.
No,
But I assure you, I know I feel ridiculous, but it comes out of it's very authentic because we do actually love these products. We can't help it. We won't help it. Just go to shoppather.com in the US or shoppather.ca in Canada. You will not regret trying these. They are working on the shipping in the US. That's been there. So that's a issue. And Pather, the people are amazing. Really quickly, though, these are not one touches because they're made from a different material, acrylic, which makes them stronger, more clear, scratch resistant, and they offer UV protection, which of course is important. You also find out they're about the same price as one touches, which is crazy. So
And they're made
Pather
in
can
North
do that.
America. They're made
Yes.
in North America. That's huge.
And they're about the same price because Pather actually makes them themselves, right? All the other plasticky type products are typically made in China, and then just somebody slaps their label on it.
Mm-hmm.
Philip, what do you got
Hello?
for personal pickups?
It's not a huge card, but it's a big one for me because I needed it for my top loader binder. If you saw my Crosby video, there was a space left for this bad boy. So you're at a 21-22 Allure Black Rainbow. This is one of the greatest hockey cards ever. It is beautiful, so shiny. It's an amazing card. I'm a huge fan of the 21-22 Allure. And I mean, Sid in the orange Penguins uniform. It's awesome, man. That's my pickup this week.
Baba Louie.
I had two come our way. First one was a 2010-11 Upper Deck 20th Anniversary Variation Broder.
Cool card.
I thought was pretty sweet.
Very cool. So high 600s, that one? Do you know the back of it? No.
Hold on.
It's okay. It's okay.
No?
It's probably like 500 or 600.
No, the number?
Yeah.
84.
What?
It's 2010-11. It's
Yeah, that's probably the regular and the variations in the higher.
Well, that's okay.
Doesn't matter.
Well, isn't this 99 2000 card design? Or what? I don't understand what you're asking.
So you said this is a card variation.
Or 9091. Yeah,
if
from
Martin-
9091.
Right. No, so the 2010-11 anniversary set from Upper Deck is like a 600 card set, I believe, and or 500. I mean, I have it. I should know.
Okay.
And like Sidney, here's an example. Sidney Crosby is in the first half of the set as just a regular card, but he's also in the second half of the set in a photo variation. So that's
Oh.
what I thought this Martin Brodeur was, a photo variation. I thought it would be later in the set. That's all. I shouldn't have
Gotcha.
said anything. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. Now I got to go look. I got to look for another one, but I'm not. I got to wait for a card show to get it now because I'm done.
Yeah.
The next one was on the way. We talked about them last week or a week before, but I had a couple coming. One of them that showed up was the 21-22 Fleer Ultra Fabulous 50s, and
Great
this
card.
one happens to be
Great card.
Brian Bellows.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
To further beat a dead horse, in 1990, at card number 84 was Boston Bruins legend Andy Brinkley.
Oh,
Brinkley.
cool. Nice.
Great.
HockeyChecklist.com. I had one pickup.
Oh, nice, Josh. I didn't know you got this.
Yeah, I got on Slapshack's auction. It's a 2015-16 O-Pee-Chee Platinum Alexander Ovechkin All-Star Black Ice out of 99 raw. No, it wasn't raw. It was in a KSA 9.5. And I crack-a-lacked it.
Atta boy.
Nice.
Cheating on me,
Recollect.
Using someone
Cheating on
else's
you.
service.
Yeah, you weren't available.
That's okay.
Well, I legitimately am about to pass out. Like this last 45 minutes it is, I think, over 100 degrees in here.
There's 10
Really?
windows
Oh,
in there. Why
Josh.
don't you have any open?
They're all open.
The windows are open.
There's
Yeah.
no breeze?
There's no breeze up there.
No.
Oh,
No bueno. No
And I
bueno.
had to close the shades because the light, we're a professional production here.
Oh,
Baby.
yeah.
Someday.
High class amateurs.
High class amateurs here at the Gongshow. But I honestly am like feeling like weird feelings inside because I'm so hot.
Yeah, get
So,
some water in you.
if you like the episode, please leave a rating, review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, you want to chat with us every day on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 US donation a month. Join our $2.99 support level tier on Patreon. Going back to our mailbag, I think there's like 15 spots left, and then we are going to be on to
That's
maybe.
amazing. I'm so flattered. That makes me kind of like imposter syndrome.
Yeah, you're real Phil, and your fake Phil's better. Link is in the show description, in our Instagram, TikTok profiles, on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com. Click on the Become a Patron link, or Patreon's website, patreon.com. Search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. We are on social media. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dollar Box Ventures, LLC. Baba Louie, you know what to do, my good friend.
bye.
It's the Gong Show, we're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire, no holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show, let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in show.
Oh, yeah.